if love and Gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Oh,
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not
Wait.
Yeah.
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They
don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still in the stars with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof I'm alive better more than no proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star? Like another city, the driver's side floor. Wish I could large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. Hey, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever and cute as can be. You can watch it on YouTube with view for free. Hey, this one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, what they gonna do next?
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
I don't know if you guys can hear that from Boston, but if you just listen carefully.
Hey, Vlad, go ahead on. Give us one, Vlad. Tighten it up.
That's a streak. That's a streak right there. That's a streak with that.
Hey, it couldn't happen to a nicer team.
That's the one good thing about the playoffs. Listen, you view off, you tune in. Maybe you're going to get a Knicks petty watch. They humiliate the Atlanta Hawks. I mean,
hey,
wow.
Is there a better term? Is there
another term besides humiliation? I don't know.
No, belt to ass. There needs to be
you know what?
A higher degree of belt to ass. There needs to be a higher degree.
You know what the Knicks? You know what the Knicks said to Atlanta? You're still Atlanta. We New York.
It was
you
a tough,
Atlanta.
tough
Nice
week for
try.
Pat Riley to come out there and praise Atlanta. He's like, oh, look what Atlanta's doing. It's like, yeah. What they did, they just pulled a Heat versus Cavs. That's what happened. What do you mean?
Yeah.
What did they do? Jesus, that was embarrassing.
The fans definitely went to Magic City.
Oh my
in the
God.
first half of that game.
I think CJ McCollum wanted to go afterwards. He's like, enough of this. I gotta go work on a new CBA to ruin. That was oh my God, that was terrible. And to be honest with you, if you're the Knicks, you got to be feeling pretty froggy right now because the way that the Boston Celtics are looking ain't so hot. I mean, you know, the Philadelphia 76ers are giving it to them. Paul George looks good. Maxey looks good. Joel Embiid's doing enough.
We're a weekend away where the Knicks going to have home court advantage for the Eastern Conference.
Very much so.
If Orlando wins tonight,
yep,
Detroit is knocked out. And if Philly wins tomorrow night, then, yeah, the Knicks at the 3 seed has got home court advantage.
Let me ask you guys this, because I was thinking about this, and I was thinking about all the possible scenarios, right? And I still don't know what to make of either Philly or Orlando, because Orlando ain't played like this in 3 months. And Philly,
except when they play the Heat.
yeah. Well, that I mean, okay. And Philly, they haven't had their guys for whatever reason. And Joel Embiid all of a sudden is playing basketball, which could end with one little ankle twist or one fall.
Of course.
So I don't know. Who do you trust more? If you had to pick which one of these two teams has a serious chance, because I pick Orlando. And here's why. But here's why, Vlad, here's why. Because the Celtics are so dependent on the 3 that you could start a game, they don't make their first 10 threes and they're down by 25 or something crazy.
It's not really a question of is it a question of who you trust more, or is it a question of who don't you trust on the other side more? Like, do you
probably
not
a
trust
little
the
bit of
Celtics,
both.
or do you not trust the Pistons? I think the answer to that has to be you don't trust the Pistons because they haven't done it.
Right.
You know, they still have Tatum and Brown and Derek White. Like, they still have guys who have been there before.
Right. Understood, but still a little bit like, you want to pick these games? I have no idea.
Look,
which is great about playoff basketball, but
last night was great basketball watching
Mm-hmm.
for everyone, even the people down here.
Right.
I know Tobin was so thrilled around 11:57 p.m. last night when the
Looking at
Timberwolves
Jokic's
got the Nuggets.
miserable
Oh,
Yeah,
my
that was good.
God.
Did you hear him last night after the game?
And then at 12:15 a.m., his post-game conference. Oh, man. And those reporters were drilling him with questions about his future.
They were.
And he was trying to matrix it, but he's too big to matrix. So it was just, and it wasn't bouncing off.
It was the most insincere. Oh, yeah. I don't want to. This was Jokić after the game yesterday. This is him being asked about his future because his extension is coming up.
You want to spend the rest of your career with the Nuggets. Has anything about this season changed that outlook with your extension looming this offseason?
Yeah, I still want to be Nuggets forever.
Is it safe to assume you will plan to sign that extension then when they offer it to you?
I still want to be Nuggets forever.
Now, it seems like that would be...
Stop, but here's the deal.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let me set it up. Hold on.
Okay.
You would think cut and dry. That's what he said. Yeah. But as we say on this show, words means words. Because he'll have his opportunity when the money's thrown in front of him. Going to be $300 million extension. But right before that, he also had the strangest answer to how far away the Nuggets are. And take a listen to this.
Where do you feel like this team is, in that bigger picture, and how far away or not far away do you feel like you guys are from being, a championship contender?
I mean, we just lost in the first round, so I think we are far away.
Do you feel like changes, or like what kind of change?
I mean, that's not from me, my decision, to be honest. Definitely, if we're in Serbia, we will all get fired.
Wow.
Very interesting.
Could be something. Could be nothing.
Could be
Sounds
nothing.
like a lot of something.
If we were in Serbia, we'd all get fired.
Not you, buddy. But
Interesting.
when you mean we, you mean he.
Interesting. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
And then to even please Tobin even more. You know where I'm going with this one, Leroy?
No, but I have an idea.
The Edmonton Oilers.
There we go.
What a night. What a night. I mean, they got that game was over before it started. The Ducks lit their ass up like a Christmas tree on the power play. That game was absolutely delightful. Sucks that Joel Quenneville gets to advance, but that sourpuss on McDavid, my God, it was good. The Edmonton Oilers burned to the ground. They lose 5-2, eliminated, and going to be a nervous summer up there in Canada with Connor McDavid and his future.
The thing about Joker, though, is whenever you ask a player if he's going to sign an extension, unless his name is Tyler Hero, they never answer. So to sit here and like make a, like nobody says yes in that spot, right? Does anybody say yes?
You say, plenty of players have lied. Plenty of players have said, I want to be here forever. I'm going to sign. Kyrie Irving's done it multiple times. I mean, plenty of players have done it where they've just lied. Because if you're Joker and you just Joker just wants to go enjoy his horses. So he doesn't want a summer of drama. He goes, I just want to be a Nugget for life. No drama for me. I go to the summer. And then they have talks. Then they have real talks.
I mean, I love it. I think the most telling thing about all of this, and I would pay attention in the next few days, is when he said if we were in Serbia, we would get fired, knowing damn well he ain't getting fired. Right? So
certainly a way to put it.
I mean, so if you're the Nuggets and you're Nuggets ownership and you hear that,
he's definitely talking to owners, Nuggets ownership, because what he's basically saying is since 2022, when was it 23? I'm sorry, they won the championship, right?
Yep.
They were eliminated in the second round. They were eliminated in the second round last year again, and then they were eliminated in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and they got rid of their coach.
And they got rid of their coach, and then they brought in another coach, and the other coach is, he's all right, but he's not. I mean, you could say he's not Michael Malone.
Give me the difference.
Basically, they got rid of the coach that was able to get these guys in championship form.
This is the question I have for you guys. Give me the difference, other than people thinking he doesn't care because all he cares about is horses because he does that adorable Serbian bit. Give me the difference between him and Giannis right now.
There isn't. I was just about to say that, Tobin.
There's no difference. There's no difference. They are dysfunctional. They have their roster is capped out. They have an injury-prone guard. They have an injury-prone power forward in Aaron Gordon. They've had dysfunction with the GM and coach. The owner has a big mouth. The only difference is people think, he's no drama. He doesn't want to leave. We'll see. Maybe you're right. I'm not. If I had $300 million thrown in front of me for 4 years, I'd probably stay 2 and ski for the rest of my life.
The only difference is that Jokić won't try to appease everybody like Giannis does.
I don't think so.
And he just won't say nothing. You won't be able to get Jokić to talk.
There's a difference. One guy's been Americanized and the other one hasn't.
Yeah, one guy loves. Yeah, he loves
the attention. He's telling you pop culture terminology when he's like, "I want to be the hottest chick in the game." Jokić is not saying that. Jokić just wants to go ride his horsey, and that's it.
Right. And the other thing is, he's the only guy I could honestly see doing an old school just walk away. Like, I'll make my decision and be a free agent next year, because he's gonna have this is the thing. It's not just the Heat. He's going to have his pick of the litter. There's going to be a ton of teams with cap space. He could go play with Luka if he wanted to and play with the Lakers. He could go have a summer and be wined and dined and sign some 2-year deal. It's like, yeah, you could. It's a lot of money to give up. And that's the whole point of the new CBA is like, you're giving up a ton of money, but also you live in Serbia. He's a king. And you'll probably be fine. I'm sure if he signed a 2-year deal, he'd then beef up and then get a gazillion-dollar deal if he wanted to. So that is a question as far as winning is concerned. Like, does he want to really stick around? Because people just think he wants to go pet old Freckles in the barn and give him apples, and he's not going to care. But I don't know. When you say things like, if this was Serbia, we'd all get fired, that sounds like a guy who's pretty down on his situation with where they're at right now. So we'll see. That was my whole thing. I don't know if the Heat are going to get Joker, but if I'm Pat Riley and I see how the winds are blowing, and you had intel, which is what I think you get some kind of an insight. Hey, do you think there's any shot he could leave from talking to his people while you're over in Serbia? You're around the national team last summer, Spo's hobnobbing. That's what happened with Pesic this year. People don't realize this, but their coach basically got ousted. This guy was a nationally respected coach, and they lost to Finland in Eurobasket. They lost to Finland and got cooked by Lauri Markkanen and a child named Slim Jesus. They lose to them, and Serbia they were the favorites to win that tournament easy.
Right.
That's why Joker slapped Jokić upside the head, because he wasn't locked in. So all I'm saying is, I don't know if it's going to happen, but if you're Pat Riley and you think there's a chance he probably didn't think LeBron was ever going to come here, but they had to give themselves the opportunity, the flexibility to make it a chance to happen. So we'll find, and this is the thing, the Heat are going to know. If he doesn't sign his extension this summer, then you'll know. You'll at least think, all right, maybe we'll be in the game. We'll be in the game money-wise for him. And we'll have his little brate here. He loves, he'll have his new Aaron Gordon and Bam Adebayo, and then you could basically use Khalil to go get whatever guard you want, So that if I'm Pat Riley, that's what I'm giving my chance. If he signs by July, then okay, then you pivot to a new plan. But I'm sure that's why the Heat were looking at 27. If you're looking at 27 and you see all the names that are available, and you see Joker, and you see Giannis, and you see Spider, you know the other two guys you're probably going to get in a trade. Like, you'd have to trade a ton of picks for. But if you could actually sign somebody like Joker and keep all of your picks, well, now you're talking about a situation where you just cap space, and now you can use your other assets to go make other things happen. So that's the fascinating thing with all of this. We'll see. We'll see. Could be something. Could be nothing. You know, whether
I think here's what I would say. It is something, and that's hard coming from me. I just think with the way Denver is doing stuff with a guy that doesn't mess around, right? He ain't into all these antics and all this stuff. He just wants to play basketball, ball out, and then go home, right? Which kind of fits what the Heat, like, all we want you to do is come here, play 70 games, right? Ball out, and then you can do whatever you need to do in the offseason. But if we can depend on that portion of you, we'll do whatever it takes. And there's not a bunch of guys in the league that you can get that from on a consistent basis.
Here's what I want you to do, okay? Before you give us our weather report, I want you to go to the mayor of Davie, and I want you to say, hey, what's the greatest piece of farmland we can have for our guy, Nikola Jokić? Because I want him to have finest horse in all of Broward.
Hey, I mean, you don't need to go far from my house. I see horses walking, people walking horses like dogs up in this bad boy.
We're gonna have him. He's gonna live in Davie. He's gonna be right next to Gulfstream. All right. He's gonna be so close. The brothers can go live at the Hard Rock Guitar.
Yeah, but doesn't he does the trotters. He does the harness racing.
Horse. They'll build him a harness track. Whatever he needs. Mickey Harrison will. I just saw that Mickey Harrison's putting $100 million into the arena this year. There's going to be new suites. We'll put another $100 million in. New harness track right outside. You know where that little parking lot is where they have right behind the arena?
Just put some dirt around it.
That's a harness track now. That's what we're.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Tobin. When you said it earlier this week on Tuesday, after the Pat Riley press conference, I was like, maybe he's just throwing something on the, just throwing something on the wall, seeing it stick. It's got some life.
Perhaps
I think it has life. Yeah, I think it has life.
Perhaps
it has life.
Let's get a weather update, Leroy, from Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping homeowners stay safe this storm season. Visit tornadoroofing.com for a free roof and window estimate.
It's a beautiful day today, folks. Winds are not even 5 miles an hour. It's a clear sky, right around 80, 82 degrees, and it's going to be a pleasant day. There's not a whole bunch to report because I don't see nothing moving out there. The trees are even taking a nap. They laying down. So the winds are very light and the temperature is, it's a pleasant day. It hasn't been humid like we normally get this time of year, but it's coming.
Quickly, the headlines brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less with your price Cito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. The Marlins back on the diamond tonight against the Philadelphia Phillies for the first of a 4-game series. Aori Perez on the hill tonight for Miami. Jack McMullen, the radio voice of the Fish, he's going to join us later on this hour. And in the NBA playoffs, Knicks destroy the Hawks 140-89. They win in 6. Sixers beat the Celtics 106-93 to force Game 7. And the Timberwolves eliminate the Nuggets 110-98. They win that series in 6 with no Anthony Edwards, no Dante DiVincenzo, no Ayo Dosunmu, and Joker is home. We'll take a break. Back after this.
WQAM.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you. WQM's Whiskey, Stars, and Cigars is coming your way, presented by Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall. It returns Friday, May 8th. Talk sports unfiltered with our on-air host at Tabacón Cigars and Spirits at Plantation Walk starting at 6 p.m. Enjoy a nice Scotch whiskey from Johnny Walker, a smooth cigar from Drew Estate. The event is free, and very exciting news about this, Leroy. Davion Mitchell is attending Whiskey, Stars, and Cigars. Miami Heat point guard Davion Mitchell will be appearing at Whiskey, Stars, and Cigars. He is going to be fighting over screens as he gets to the catering.
Is Leroy going to box him out?
Is he going to wear his jersey?
You know what? I hope he does. I hope he just shows up in his jersey.
He's 5'10". We might not.
Please don't.
What are you doing? Yeah, he's the same height as you.
No, he's not.
He literally is the same height
I
as you.
could dunk on him. What are you talking about?
-1.
-1 for theatrics.
Yeah. You're
I'm going to bring that up to him. I'm not on stage now. Is that you think you can dunk on him?
-1.
Davion Mitchell.
At this point, I probably can't even touch the net.
Davion Mitchell is going to be in the building. So come on by to Whiskey, Stars, and Cigars. You guys can get all the info at WQAM.com. You must be 21 or older. We'll see you 6 p.m. on May 8th at Tabacón Cigars and Spirits at Plantation Walk. Whiskey, Stars, and Cigars presented by Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall. 4 brands, 1 location, your local Cadillac, Buick, GMC, and Chevy dealer.
Oh, you're going to hate watching the game that's going to be on that Friday. Next Friday.
Which one's that?
It's probably going to be Knicks Sixers or Knicks Boston.
sounds like a house money team petty game.
I mean, it's a house.
I can't lose.
It's a house. Yeah, it's a house money. Yeah, petty team money game. But still, your boys you know.
I'll tell them to put the Marlins on.
Oh, look at that.
Marlins on all screens. Speaking of the Marlins, Jack McMullen's going to stop by. Tonight is Star Wars night. Vlad, have you seen Leota?
No.
Glad they did me bad. They did me dirty.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Leroy. That's a good one. They got you good.
Why do I look so sleepy?
It's just, I think that was the face. I don't know what bit I got you with at somebody.
Maybe you had some Yoda OG. That's what you had.
Wow, that is impressive.
Oh my God, who was that? Jay Gatto? That was great work.
Jay Gatto got that. Yeah, unbelievable. Wow. All right, well, we'll take a break. We'll make some room for Jack McMullen. He's going to join us. We'll talk about the upcoming series. Marlins coming off a huge series win against the Dodgers. We'll talk some baseball with the radio voice of your Miami Marlins coming up next. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 o'clock here. Got another pair of Busch tickets to give away as they are bringing their Land of Milk and Honey tour with Mammoth and James and the Cold Gun to Hard Rock Live on May 12th. We'll give away those tickets today around 12:30, so be listening then. And you guys can purchase your tickets at casino.hardrock.com/Hollywood/events. And that's where you guys can check that out. Let us go out to the Toyota of Hollywood guest line. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan and toyotaofhollywood.com. The Miami Marlins start a 4-game homestand tonight against the, well, they actually have a huge homestand coming up, but the 4-game home series against the Philadelphia Phillies tonight, as they will get going off a big series win against the LA Dodgers. And the radio voice of your Miami Marlins will join us there. Jack McMullen joining us here on the show. Jack, how's it going, man? How are you?
Oh, good, man. No, we're readjusting after the West Coast swing, right? Jet lag will get you. So all of a sudden I'm getting up at 9:30 and I'm like, I still don't feel good. But you know what? We're good. We're ready for the Fighting Phils to come to town.
All right. We got into a quibble yesterday on the show because you described Liam Hicks's game against the Dodgers as a coming out party, and Leroy disagreed. And I say 7 home runs in the month of April. Hard to argue that this guy playing the way that he is not a coming out party. What have you thought so far of Liam Hicks's season? Quite the surprise.
100%. So Leroy, before I answer that, give me your take. Why is it not a coming out party for him?
So... And this is the football in me, that is such a small sample size for 162 games, that to say, and he's played a little over 10% of the season, right, that this is what he's going to be, or this is his coming out party, would insinuate that dude's going to hit like 50 home runs. And I'm kind of like, okay.
You don't know that he's not new Cal Raleigh. You don't know that.
I'm not,
he could be new Cal Raleigh.
See, and that's
he could be though.
That's why no,
I'm telling you though, but he could be though, dude.
Right? I just like to put things in perspective. That's all. And I would like, we've had far too much time, even with the Marlins, where we've had stretches where they win 10 of 15, 10 of 12, and then And then it's baseball, so there's the other side of that. I would just like to see, hey, is he making good contact? Is he just a home run hitter? Is he just like, he's had a good stretch? I'm not questioning that. He's done something I don't think anybody's done in baseball. Right. And so I'm not taking away from that, but I just say, I'm just one of those people that say, okay, baseball is a very long season. In a month, when they hit that stretch.
Right, you've explained it enough. We get it. He doesn't think so, Jack. Why is it his coming out party? You sound like somebody on the stand, dude. Like, all right, we get it. Why is it his coming out party?
So here's what I'll say. I'll say both sides of the sword are sharp in that argument, where like, okay, yes, it's a long season and baseball is always going to baseball, right? And like July could look not great for Liam Hicks, but what if I told you that Liam Hicks has 7 homers this year and he's swung and missed at 1 pitch inside the strike zone this year?
God.
He's punched out 8 times. So he's an elite bat to ball guy. So we're talking about a guy with 7 homers that's second in all of baseball in RBIs, that has like a similar contact rate to Luis Ariz, like the level of bat to ball that everybody was falling in love with Miami. This guy did everything right last year except hit the ball hard. And they effectively told him this offseason, like, you need to get stronger. You need to swing the bat harder. And that's exactly what he came back doing. And now he's like focused on pulling the ball in the air, and it's resulted in 7 homers. The other reason that I think like it can be a coming out party, because you're right, like baseball is totally baseball. And you could see a suspension bridge season where like June and July don't look hot. And then the batting average and the OPS drop a little bit. And it looks like, oh yeah, it was a good season. It wasn't a great season. But we are like in an accumulation game where 7 homers, like that number is never going to go down. 28 RBIs, it's the most for a catcher through the first month. Like that's never going to go down. Right. So we're talking about a guy with 28 ribbies, a sixth of the way through the season. Why can't he get to 100? Heck, why can't he get to 80 if everything goes poorly for him the rest of the way? Like, he's built up such capital in the beginning of this year. We're going to be sitting here saying Hicks was an 85 RBI guy in 2026. Like, his 27 season is already, I feel like, set up for success.
Well, I would say that explanation, like, I could buy that.
There we go.
Sounds like you're at the party.
Huh? No,
Sounds like you're at the party.
I'm not at.
He might be Cal Raleigh. Yeah.
Listen, me and Jack are at the party having some drinks. You're not. I'm not at your party.
You guys could be at the soiree. You could have the fine martinis and whiskey. I'll be at the keg stand with just upside down, just chugging down home runs. The way
do you have the shoulder strength to do the upside down keg stand?
It's been a while. It's been a while, Jack, since I've had to partake in such an event. But I think I could dial it up for one night.
Jack,
I think I could dial it up for one night.
Can I ask you about the decisions that are made with the pitchers? Like, I've never seen a pitcher pulled with 50 plus pitches because of the situation that he's going to be presented with. And if you're going to have to rely on these guys, this would be the perfect time to kind of see if they could go through that third time in the lineup, because it's going to get to a point where, your bullpen's going to be exhausted. You're going to need more from your starting pitching. Is this just a beginning of the season thing? Or are they going to be consistent with this all year? Because I think I'm going to smash my head into a wall.
I think it's a combination of a whole bunch of factors. And we saw Jansen Junk work a little bit further in his last start in LA, and Junk was really good in LA. But Leroy, you're referring to, I think, the 5 innings, 56 pitches that he threw against St. Louis, right?
Yeah.
In Miami. And so that's set up in a really good way, because you had the off day on the heels of that, and then you had Sandy going the day after. And Sandy rolls out of bed and gives you 6 innings. Like, he's probably going to give you 7 innings on a good Sandy day. So, there are a whole bunch of factors that go into the Jansen Junk thing. Like, third time through is absolutely a thing, right? And hitters perform better the more they see a pitcher and the more pitches they see from a pitcher. Like, everybody knows that Ronald Acuna Jr. gets better over the course of an at-bat just because he's seeing more bullets from that opposing pitcher. So, he's already checking boxes on his card, and he's seen everything you've got. So think about that, but over the course of a game, third time you see Jansen Junk, you're going to get that fastball and the sweeper and the slider and the curveball. Like, you've seen all of that before, so naturally it's going to look a little bit better. And then I guess it just depends where your bullpen is at, and also if you're up or if you're down. If you're up by 2 runs and you feel like you can piece 4 relievers together to get a win, by all means, you go do it, especially with Sandy right behind him in the rotation. That's a huge factor of that. Like, Sandy, when he's at his best, it is a day off for the bullpen, or it's Sandy to the closer and life is good. You're squared away. So I think that's the one guy that you kind of watch out for that with. With a guy like Paddock, you'll probably see a little bit more, bullpen usage. And with a guy like Max, it's just how good is the slider? Is he going to get us through 5 today? Is he going to get us through 6? So I don't think you're going to see that all the time. Like, if Jansen Junk is at 56 pitches through 5 innings next time out, I guarantee you he's going to get the ball for a clean 6th.
Are we headed towards what could be the biggest stretch of the season for the Marlins? Because the Mets, the Phillies are in disarray. You have 2 divisional opponents coming up here with Philly and Washington, but none of these teams are juggernauts. And we've seen the Marlins this year, Jack. They just beat the best team in baseball that everybody thinks so with 2 out of 3. They really haven't felt outclassed in any series. Even the series that they've lost against the Yankees or the Braves, those are games that they could have won. Probably outside of the Detroit series, they've looked capable against anybody. But you got to make moves eventually. You're still under 500. This is a chance for you. Do you feel like this could really swing the season for them in a positive direction if they take advantage of this homestand?
Baseball's hilarious, and it's probably why we all love it and hate it at the same time, because yes, it is a huge point of the season. And then in 6 weeks, we're going to forget all about it and say, this is probably the biggest week stretch of the season. And then 6 weeks after that, this is probably the season defining week that we've got in Marlins baseball. So it's just such a long year. And one of my favorite lines about baseball, Hawk Harrelson, longtime TV guy for the Chicago White Sox, you can put it on the board, that guy, he said, this is a game designed to make literally everybody involved with it go insane. And it's the team that stays the most sane that will probably win the World Series. And like, it's just a matter of staying sane and doing your job and winning weeks like this, like winning a 10-game homestand, going 6-4, 7-3 on this homestand. So like, it's day by day, but it's also taking it in chunks and winning series and all that. So yeah, I think it's huge right now, but I guarantee in 6 weeks, we're sitting here saying the same darn thing about the next, week and a half homestand we've got.
What have you thought so far about, some of the lefty bats, Stowers coming back, Owen Casey with that early success, maybe some struggles now, but do you feel like this is kind of just riding some of the guys who with health coming back into the swing of things? Because I think one of the things that's been impressive is the Marlins are at a pretty solid point, and it doesn't feel like any of the guys we projected to have real big time pop for them this year with Stowers with his health and even Ramirez. They haven't quite gotten to that kind of a groove yet. So where does it feel like their temperament is at for the season so far?
Yeah. So biggest thing that I was like thinking about, I honestly just thinking yesterday about this. The top 3 hitters that you would project to have like the best years and be the focal point of the offense have been 3 of the more disappointing, right? If I was sitting here and I told you that Stowers has yet to hit a homer because he was hurt and that he just hasn't through his first 8 games, Augustine Ramirez has an OPS under 700, and Jacob Marcy is hitting like $175, $180, you're saying, oh, things are going south for them. Not the case, because X is hitting 340, Otto Lopez is hitting 320 and looks like one of the better shortstops in baseball. And then Liam Hicks, again, is probably just Cal Raleigh at this point. But yeah, man, it's crazy. I think Marcy is really turning a corner. He's never going to totally slump because he walks and he steals a bunch of bags and he plays really good center field defense. Like, it hasn't been bad, even though the batting average hasn't been there. With Stowers, he's putting the ball on the ground a lot through his first 9 games. Once he starts elevating, he'll start celebrating a little bit more, I'm sure. And then Augustine, it's just hard swinger. He's a very streaky hitter, and you just want to see him find a groove, and the ball's going to start flying out of the ballpark quickly. And then Casey, like, this is the tough stretch there because there's enough of a sample, and he was amazing through the first week of the year. There's enough of a sample to know, like, okay, he may struggle with some off-speed stuff, curveballs and sliders, get him on that, maybe some changeups diving low and away from him. Once he makes the correction, he's going to be good, and it seems like he's close to that. So it's exciting that all the bats that are quote-unquote struggling are the ones that are close to turning a corner right now.
Why have you guys not gotten Jeff Nelson and Machete yet?
So next time he's on radio, we got to do it. And here's the thing. You guys know it all too well. Like, food sampling on the radio, it just stinks. It objectively stinks because you just listen to somebody chewing and it's like, oh, man, this is awesome. You got to try this. TV, at least you can see the product.
Totally. This is probably not the show, though, because, Leroy is not one to exactly stop when it comes to anything that is – in the way of his hunger. He's going to test it on the radio for people.
Can I tell you, Leroy's weather reports are some of my favorite things, where he just gets up and goes far away from the mic. He's like, oh, you know what? It looks sunny outside.
We broadcast, was it last year from Live? And I went out and threw up some grass.
This is the superpower that he has as a golfer. He could just tell the weather.
Hey, I need to know, because I get up really early in the morning to golf. I tee off at 7 in the morning on the weekends. So I'm old, so I got to get up at like 4:30 to start stretching and stuff like that.
Right.
So you best believe if I'm going to make that commitment that early in the morning, I need to know what the weather's going to be.
Of course.
Right. So I'm not, no.
Do you
and
have
like, listen, I've gone to bed at like 11 o'clock at night, sent out a text to my group, and I said, don't even bother. Right? Really? Yeah.
Good for you.
Do you have a favorite ballpark food so far? Not even necessarily at the Marlins, but on your travels, is there one you have to go to?
So I told Steven Strom, who hosts Marlins on Deck, I said the new thing on the 200 level, the Legends level with like that Legends Hall of Fame at Lone Depot Park, they have ceviche there, which is, sushi, and like they've got a Marlins roll and a Miami roll that are really good. I said, we got 81 home games. I think 77 of the 81. I'm going to be doing the Marlins roll from ceviche. So that's what I'm ripping right now. But I'll tell you, we just got back from LA and San Francisco. The crab sandwich in center field in San Francisco is ridiculous. It's effectively just like 2 pieces of garlic bread and then crab in the middle of it. And it puts a dent in your wallet, but it's just so worth it. I felt totally good doing it.
Yeah.
I know they don't put that crab with a K, right?
No crab with a K. It's crazy crab. We're good.
Jack McMullen, you guys can catch him on the broadcast this weekend as the Marlins open up a 4-game series with the Philadelphia Phillies. Yuri Perez on the hill tonight. For him is it seems like he's like leaning into the fastball a little bit more and is getting a little bit more success. Do you feel like he's settling into the year because he got knocked around a little bit early?
It seems like it, yeah. And I think fastball, like where the fastball is in relation to the strike zone, is huge. And I'm not just talking, is it a strike or is it a ball? I'm talking like, is it over the heart of the plate or is it on the perimeter of the zone? Right? Is he on the top rail of the strike zone and is he getting swings and misses underneath it? Is he working inside and outside? That's a huge thing there. And then also like figuring out which secondary pitch is best for him, like the slider, the sweeper. Changeup's really good when it's around the zone. He struggled to put it around the zone recently. So it does feel like he's kind of figuring out what the best version of Yuri Perez looks like. And hopefully we see that tonight. He has been dynamite at home over the course of his career. Like the home road splits are a real thing. He struggled on the road, but it's like a 2.5 career ERA in 20-something starts at home. So excited to see him take on that Phillies offense that I guess is performing well, but they needed 2 walk-off W's yesterday. So we'll see what those Phils look like against Yuri.
Is that a young pitcher thing? Pitch better in the comforts of your home is it a pitcher thing?
It honestly, it seems like a young pitcher thing. I know some older pitchers actually like throwing on the road and they love their families, but like you get away from being a dad and a husband, like getting up early and having all the doctor's appointments and all that stuff. Like you can just sleep until 10 a.m. at the hotel and hang out and have no obligations. Right. So I know there are some older pitchers that do enjoy throwing on the road a little bit later on, but it's the mound he knows. Like I'm talking literal mound. It's the mound he knows. It's the ballpark he knows. And it's the routine of day-to-day life that Yuri knows too. So yeah, it really is a young pitcher thing, but some guys love home the entirety of their career. Some guys pivot a little bit later.
You guys can listen to Jack this weekend. 7:10 is your first pitch tonight. 6:30. We'll have Marlins on deck. Steven Strom will get you ready for this Phillies series. Appreciate the time, man. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Zach.
Appreciate you guys.
All right, there you go. Jack McMullen been doing a fantastic job this year.
He agreed with me
on the Marlins. Not really, dude. No, he didn't. He didn't agree with you at all. He basically agreed with me and said that that Liam Hicks is new Cal Raleigh. The thing that's weird about Liam Hicks though is Cal Raleigh's a giant. Like he's like 6'4". Liam Hicks is 5'9".
You know what's crazy is that I've witnessed over, I've been a baseball fan, and I've noticed over the years that the positions on the field that were mostly defensive, like didn't play, but now all of a sudden you got a hit. It started with shortstop. Like if your shortstop didn't hit, it was fine. He was out there for defensive purposes only. And now you got shortstops, like starting with A-Rod, right? You got shortstops that got a hit. And now it's kind of working its way to catcher. Whereas now you're looking at your catcher's batting average and maybe not caring too much about the 1,000 pass balls he might give up.
Well, that's the thing is crazy is he wasn't the catcher I think everybody was expecting to lean on this year. I think everybody was expecting Augustine to do that, but now you got to kind of have both of their bats in the lineup. So there's a lot of splitting up on the DH and things like that, but he's been awesome. I mean, there's no other way to put it. Liam Hicks has been awesome this year.
His one job, you got one thing in your job description, catch.
Yeah.
And sometimes
he is good. I tell you one thing about Ramirez, though. He's very good at ABS. He's very good at the challenges. He's great at it. He never loses. He never loses. Every single time, I'm like, oh, this is.
So do they do it like if you get it right, you keep both?
Yes. It's make it take it. Like you keep on doing, but if you lose 2, it's over. But if you keep winning, and there's, I think the last game against the Dodgers, I want to say he was like 4 for 4 or something like that.
But if you're right, you should keep on getting. There was a time, wasn't there a sport where if like you had both? Wasn't the NBA if you had both your challenges, or the NFL if you won both your challenges, you get an extra challenge?
That's
it was the NFL, right?
It's NFL, I think.
Right.
If you're right, NFL, I think if you were right, both
or something to that effect. But I think you shouldn't be jeopardized. You shouldn't be penalized if you're right
If the official's wrong, you shouldn't be penalized.
Right. If you are right at the both times you challenge the replay, you were right. I don't think you should lose the challenge. Like, you shouldn't lose that challenge. You should.
I think that's why Spo would get annoyed using it, because he didn't want to risk a timeout, because But now he's done it more this year. He did it a lot.
Well, he likes to embarrass the refs too now. He's sick of I asked him about this year. He's like, yeah, sometimes I do it to wake him up. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Because he wants the refs to concentrate.
Reading the comments, seems like the listeners loved that interview with Jack McCall.
Yeah, Jack, when he's got some pipes on him, man. He's got a good radio voice. He's been doing a good job this year.
I think they're clamoring to hear it again.
Maybe. Hard to say. Take a break. Get you caught up with your headlines. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Let's get you a weather update brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping keep your home and family safe when the storm rolls in. Visit tornadoroofing.com for your free roof and window estimate. Currently in Miami, it is 84 degrees, sunny, wind gusts up to 9 miles per hour, but a beautiful day in South Florida, which is not where I am right now. I am in Maryland.
How is Maryland?
It's cool.
Eating crab cakes?
I have not eaten a crab cake yet, Vlad. I have not. The casino that I'm at, I'm calling a fight tonight on Pro Box TV.
On YouTube.
Which you guys can watch on YouTube. I'll be on the call with Chris Algieri and Paulie Malignaggi tonight. And should be a fun one. Should be fun. We get going at 7 o'clock if you guys want to check that out. Sweet science. But yeah, Maryland is, you know what it is? Like I don't know what part of, I'm not in Baltimore. I'm like a 30, 40 minutes outside of that, of downtown. I'm more like on the outskirts where the airport is. And I'm like next to, like yesterday I went walking around, but there's not really much around here. I kind of walked around their version of the Sawgrass. That's kind of what they have like attached to this. So like they have a Bass Pro Shop, and Bass Pro Shop is one of these stores. I don't think there's a store that I like to peruse more, but I ever buy less. Like I always walk around Bass Pro Shop because I just like the ambiance, but I never end up purchasing anything. I just like looking at the stuffed moose.
It's just like window shopping at Bass Pro Shop.
Yeah, I'd like looking. I'm like, nah, that's a cool bow and arrow. I'm not gonna buy it, but it's cool looking.
I like the fish tank.
Yeah, their fish tank was a little underwhelming. I think that disappointed me too. I'm like, these are some bum ass fish that they got in here.
Where would you say is the biggest one?
I don't know.
Somewhere in Tennessee.
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know where Bass Pro.
Because the one down here is pretty big.
The one in Hollywood's really nice. Yeah, the one right there is that's a very impressive Bass Pro Shop. Very impressive Bass Pro Shop. But
you can do anything. Get boats. Oh, Missouri. It was founded in Missouri, somebody said.
Oh, all right.
And then somebody followed up. The biggest one is in Daytona.
Really? I can see that. I can see that. Right next to Buc-ee's.
Oh,
that's like a hillbilly paradise right there.
No. It's like a redneck's dream. You got the Daytona 500, you got a Bass Pro Shop, and Buc-ee's.
Gates House is the Pyramid, in Memphis is a Bass Pro Shop. Really? Didn't Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis fight at the Pyramid because he couldn't get a license anywhere else? It was like it was so random. It's like Mike Tyson had to fight in Memphis.
That's when he couldn't beat none of the heavyweights, right?
Nah.
After that,
he was cooked. That was post bites. Yeah, he was.
I mean, you know what's crazy? I mean, Buster Douglas, we didn't realize it was the beginning of the end.
Yeah, it was. But
he won that fight.
I mean, maybe.
Who won that fight?
Mike Tyson.
Oh, because you say the count was slow.
Slow count
for Buster Douglas.
It was slow for Deontay Wilder too on Tyson Fury.
I'm just saying.
Headlines are brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. So the Marlins will get going tonight against the Phillies. First of a 4-game series. Yuri Perez is on the hill for Miami against Zach Wheeler. First pitch is set for 7:10. You'll be able to hear that right here on QAM. Marlins on deck gets going at 6:30 tonight. Tomorrow,
it's a quick turnaround for a West Coast trip, right?
They were off yesterday.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that was 2 days ago.
The Marlins will then play Saturday at 4:10. Max Meyer against Aaron Nola, who feels like he's been a Philly forever. He is on the mound and always feels like he gives the Marlins fits. Sunday at 1:40, Chris Paddock against Andrew Painter, and then Jansen Junk on Monday at 6:40 against South Florida's own Jesus Luzardo. So that is your lineup this week for the Marlins and Phillies. Leroy, can we get a Cadillac Championship update? What do we have going on over in Doral? While you get that,
I'll tell you what, they lit it up yesterday. They lit it up. Let me get there.
Scotty Scheffler, Cam Young, the whole deal over there, man.
Oh my God, come on, buddy.
All right, you want me to just give the scores?
You got them?
Yeah,
I don't know. I pulled it up. It's not.
Cameron Young is 8 under after yesterday. He's leading the way. He tees off today at 2:05. Then the Canadian Nick Taylor is a stroke back, along with Jordan Spieth and Alex Smalley. They are 7 under, so 1 stroke back. Nick Taylor is in action today. He's 1 under through 5. JT Poston is -6, and somebody named Nico Echeverria is 6
Nico Echeverria. Yep.
I don't see where's our boy Scheffler? Where the hell did he go? I thought he was having a good day.
He played with usually the way it works is he played with Cameron Young. So
there he is.
A lot of times you get caught up in the little draft. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's 1 under. So he's a good ways back. He also teased off
he
today.
struggled. Like I said, what ends up happening is that you get off to a good start because there's a lot of easy holes early on.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens is you hang on for dear life. But Cameron Young, because there's no real wind, it makes it a little bit easier for him. So yeah, finally got it. Jordan Spieth had a good day. He shot 65.
What the hell happened to him? I thought he was going to be the truth, like the next one.
Like here's what happens with golfers. And I would say this sometimes happens to people in life. You can't leave well enough alone. Right? You could be the top of your game and everybody thinks they're Tiger. Because remember, Tiger changed his swing like 2 or 3 times, but he was still winning while he was changing his swing. These guys change their swing and they go to 100th in the world. And then now they got to have the comeback. It happened to Ricky Fowler. It happened to Jordan Spieth. There's a bunch of guys that this happened to because they'll, so for example, you can hit the ball right to left or left to right, right? For some reason, the guy win 3 majors and then he'll say, I want to learn how to hit the ball from right to left because I normally hit it left to right. Instead of perfecting it, and that's the thing about Scottie Scheffler, he hits the shot he hits, and he hits it great. So he's just working on that. All these other guys want to change their swing, to change their ball shape, to change how they hit the ball, and they get into this rut. But here's what they have. They have security. So when you win a bunch of those events, you don't have to worry about making cuts because you're secure in your status. And so a lot of times they do that after they win and have some status, which is crazy.
Coming up, we got the NBA playoffs and NHL playoffs. Last night, the Knicks, just obliterated the Hawks, 140-89. They win in 6. The Sixers, though, they make Boston quite squeaky. 106-93. They force a game 7.
Vlad, can you stop smiling, please?
Dude, let me tell you this. The funniest thing last night, because never in my life have I ever watched a postseason game of my team, and I'm like, I really don't want to watch anymore. Like, I really don't want to watch. I've seen my team get blown out before, and I still watch. But I've never wanted to see my team win like that and want to continue watch. But I'm watching the game. And the Hawks going like in a 9-0 or 11-1 run, right? 11-1 run. And usually when a team goes on a run, the opposing team calls timeout. And you're like, okay, this is going to be part of the game. But when Mike Breen goes, timeout Knicks, Atlanta Hawks on an 11-1 run, they're just down 50 now.
Crazy. It was insane to see what happened yesterday.
When the team goes on an 11-1 run and the other team calls timeout, you're not expecting, oh my God, you're expecting the crowd to go crazy. Oh, they're making a run or they taking the lead. You're not expecting to hear 11-1 run. They're just down 50.
Damage is done.
Crazy. Damage was done the minute they got on the bus.
Crazy.
That's when the damage was done.
CJ McCollum gave everybody a couple of moments there, but the Knicks handle their business. Meanwhile, tonight, you got Pistons at Magic. Orlando leads that series 3-2 at 7 o'clock. Cavs at Raptors. Cleveland leads that series 3-2. Lakers at Rockets. No Kevin Durant again tonight. They lead that series 3-2. That's at 9:30 on Amazon Prime. And, of course, they don't want to be blowing that 3-0 lead that they had. Although Scott Foster's the referee tonight, so do with that what you will. Yep.
Is he for Houston, LA?
Yep.
Oh, there's gonna be a game 7.
The extender.
Yep.
He knows the mission.
I thought he would have been in one of the Eastern Conference games.
Yep.
They probably need Lakers. They probably hoping Durant might come back for Game 7.
That's what I'm thinking too, Vlad. They want Durant to make an appearance. We'll see. Last night of the NHL playoffs. Good night for Minnesota. The Wild defeat the Stars 5-2. They win in 6. Quinn Hughes, a pair of goals and an assist. And the Ducks are moving on. They eliminate the Oilers in 6. They win 5-2. Let's hear from Connor McDavid after the loss. I'm sure he was chipper.
All year, searching. Any way to put your finger on how come it was so hard to find the overall game this season?
That was tough. We were an average team all year. An average team with high expectations, you're going to be disappointed. We just never found it.
Wow.
I mean, he said more than Joker.
Certainly did. What
do you mean? Joker said enough.
He said Joker said enough.
We will all get fired if this was Serbia.
Basically, he's letting you know that if you don't get this thing situated, I'm out. And Connor McDavid is looking at the same situation.
I think he might be out, dude.
Who, Connor?
No. Well, Connor McDavid's for sure going to leave. That's no doubt. I have no doubt in my mind Connor McDavid's going to leave.
You think he's going to leave?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. He's going to go. He'll either go to the Toronto Maple Leafs or the Lightning. I don't think he's going to end up here, but he's for sure going to leave. There's no doubt.
I mean, if you lost to a team twice,
yeah,
you want to earn your money, and there's some good transplanted Canadians and everything like that. I mean, I'm just saying, South Florida's a good place.
That might be the closest thing to LeBron James leaving Cleveland. If he left the Oilers for the Panthers, to
that
leave,
would be awesome.
Oh, it would be awesome for us. But I think that we wouldn't care because it would be up there. But I think you want to talk about what that environment would be like the first time he took the ice in a Panthers sweater.
They got blades and they got sticks. He can protect himself.
Well, they have nets too. I mean, they have they'll probably throw garbage over the net to try and get it onto the ice.
You really have to be crazy to jump on the ice and try to go attack a player. A court is crazy, but you can get on a court.
Wait, if you survive the fall.
That's one. And what you hurt yourself before getting to the player.
Let me ask you this. Let's say Bill Zito brings in Matthew Tkachuk into the office and he goes, I got 2 trades on the table. One of them's for Brady and one of them's for Connor McDavid. Do you think he calls his brother and goes, I'm sorry, I love you? No. What do you mean? I thought it was in the bag. He goes,
the competitor in him would do that. The brother would have to call. The brother's going to be like, I love you, Brady. But the competitor, he's got to look at, I love little bro, but
also just the troll in him. I feel like just the antagonist in
this is nice.
Could you imagine him bringing in Connor McDavid and Brad Marchand, like 2 of the guys he's just absolutely terrorized, and he's just like, man, what am I going to tell Brady?
I think he brings Brady in because let's look at it from this standpoint. They've won 2 Stanley Cups without Connor McDavid.
Mm-hmm.
They beat.
So why not play with your brother?
I mean,
you can win the next 6 with Connor.
I understand, but your brother's not Connor McDavid.
I tell you, there's one group of people that want Brady to be a Panther. The ER.
Why?
The elbow
room. Oh, the elbow room.
Yes, the ER would love Brady.
Yeah, the elbow room would kill. The elbow room would
Brady's
kill.
there. The ER, they'll be open 24/7.
Yeah,
it would playoffs.
It would be ridiculous. It would be ridiculous. But I'm just saying, it would be funny if, like, do you think he's like, do you think he brings in the dad into a conversation? Do you think he calls up Papa and he's like, hey, listen, I'm here with Bill, and he's got 2 trades on the table. One's for Brady, and he's like, oh, great. Bill, glad you made it happen. Who'd you have to give up? He goes, no bigs. Don't worry about that right now. Keith, and he goes, here's the thing, though. We also, and it's on speakerphone, and he's like, here's the thing, though, Dad. We also have another trade on the table for Connor McDavid, but we couldn't bring in Brady. And he goes, whew, that's a choice. Gonna be tough Thanksgivings.
There's one person that'll make the ultimate decision.
Mama Tkachuk?
Exactly. Exactly. Mama Kachuk wants her boys to be playing together so she can see them.
You think Mama Kachuk shaking off the gloves?
Yeah.
Like if she could, like when they were kids.
I think all three Kachuk men.
Let's go, Grandma. Let's go.
The men in the Kachuk family are all afraid of Mama Kachuk.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I am looking forward, though, if he does end up with the Lightning, I'm looking forward to the Panthers still kicking his ass for all these years, and even more times. It's going to be great.
Why do you think Tampa?
Just I think, that's the people are saying he's going to go to a no-state tax team. One of these, look what everybody's doing. They don't want to be in Canada, dude. They just don't.
So why would you want to?
Unless he goes to Toronto. Like, that's the other thing. But dude, it just comes with a lot of pressure going. Like, Marchand's talked about this, like going there and like how wackadoodle it is playing for that fan base.
You think he's not going to have pressure if he comes down here?
There's no pressure down here.
Nothing playing down here. There's pressure, of course, to win. And people will look at him like, hey, you better. If you left Edmonton and you came to the Panthers, of course, there's going to be pressure from the hockey world. But I don't think we grasp what kind of pressure there is here as compared to what it would be to go to Toronto.
You think they would look at him like Durant?
Yeah, Durant or LeBron. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
No, Leroy, it would definitely be Durant and LeBron. It would be LeBron. Right. It would definitely be LeBron leaving Cleveland to go to Miami.
Well, no, I'm saying with like when Durant went to Golden State, like
it's unfair.
Right. It was almost a negative.
It's a little bit of both. It would be a little bit of both.
Right.
It would be a little bit of both.
Like LeBron, when he left Cleveland, it was clearly because of the situation with the owner, and he wanted to go win, and he didn't feel like they were doing enough. So
well, that's going on in Edmonton too. Like he's got Draisaitl, but everybody says the rest of the team is crap. Like it's not a good enough team, and they haven't really done anything since. Like the Panthers, to their credit, they've kept everybody together. They've made the extra moves. Edmonton, they threw it up against the wall and got rid of Stuart Skinner this year, but they're kind of just getting worse. Right. And he even took a little bit less money to give him a little flexibility.
Right.
But I don't know.
Hey, what? Okay, Tobin.
Yep.
I got one for you. What if they worked out something and it was Bob for Connor McDavid?
Why would they make that trade?
And then they can't do it because I'm just saying, I'm just setting up a scenario.
So you're saying I have to choose Sergei Bobrovsky or Connor McDavid?
Well,
he's choosing Bob.
I know he's choosing Bob.
Bob.
I could already tell by the tone in your voice. You're no fun.
I am fun. I am fun. Don't say I'm not fun.
You want to talk about yum yucker. You just yum yucked my whole.
I get it. You would trade for McDavid. Good for you.
I didn't say that. I asked you.
Stopping anybody.
Listen, I am of a firm belief that this team doesn't need more players. They just need health. That's it.
They really don't need more players.
Right. So the fact that there isn't, the fact that we even thinking about them making a trade, if we just get all the players back, we good. We already the champions.
I think the thing is like you're going to end up with a top 10 pick. And do you bring it like, all right, if you ended up with like one of the, I think McKenna's the guy who everybody's going to say is the next phenom. Like if you end up with him, number one, okay. But what are the Panthers going to do with a top 10 pick? Like go trade it and improve your roster even more. Like you're here to win now. The window is now.
I got you.
So,
well, they would have to. So who's going to go?
I don't know. I think the guys that they've probably said the most are like, Rodriguez, Verhaeghe, Samoskevich. And people have, in a lot of these mock trades, people are dangling Lundell out there. I don't want to lose Anton Lundell.
No.
He's Mr. Las Olas. I don't want to lose my Finns. All right. We're little Finland. I'm not for that. That's what I'm saying. It's hard. Like, it's like, you're going to trade Reinhart. Reinhart's a Stanley Cup hero. You get the game winner in the first Stanley Cup. Guy's one of the elite scorers in this league. Does it all in special teams. Two-way. It's a hard thing to say. Hey,
is this team? It's crazy, but this team is going to have a top 10 pick and have no use for it.
Not no use.
I mean,
they'll find use.
They'll find use, but you know what I'm saying.
They're gonna need to get some depth going because like they're probably gonna lose AJ Greer.
Right.
So they're going to have to find some guys on those bottom lines because, they brought in some defensemen this year that were not awesome. Looking at you, Petrie. Bum. Stunk. But look, in Bill Zito we trust, except don't lose Bob. Oh, man. We'll take a break here on the program. More to come. We're back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. We'll take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Let you know again about WQAM's Whiskey Stars and Cigars, presented by Edmore's Sawgrass Auto Mall. It returns Friday, May 8th, 1 week from today. Talk Sports Unfiltered with our on-air host at Tabacone Cigars and Spirits at Plantation Walk, starting at 6 p.m. Enjoy a nice Scotch whiskey from Johnny Walker, a smooth cigar from Drew Estate, The event is free. Just stop by and get all the info now at WQAM.com. You must be 21 or older. And we'll see you at 6 p.m. May 8th at Tabacone Cigars and Spirits at Plantation Walk for Whiskey Stars and Cigars, presented by Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall. 4 brands, 1 location, your local Cadillac, Buick, GMC, and Chevy dealer. And found out yesterday that Davion Mitchell is going to attend. So we will see Davion Mitchell in the building at Tabacone Cigars and Spirits. So looking forward to having Davion there. And having fun with all of our listeners that day, and always a fun event that we do every single year. So looking forward to it, everybody. Looking forward to it. Can't wait. As we got an action-packed weekend, a lot of sports. You got the Miami Grand Prix going on. Kentucky Derby weekend. I didn't even realize that. There's a lot of gambling going on for everybody this weekend that we can dive into, and all the fun that goes on there. I will say it was, I am going to very much enjoy if Boston loses this series. I mean, I cannot lie. I mean, I know everyone. What?
It would be. Oh my goodness!
Oh my God, it'd be great. And the thing is, they're all going to be like, "We weren't supposed to be here anyway. It was supposed to be a layover year. It was supposed to be a layover year."
No, it doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that. Once you're there, it changes, right? Like, they're the favorites to come out of the East. I could understand if they were the third, or fourth favorite, and then you could say something like that.
This is the thing with Pat.
But
yeah.
if you're the favorite to come out of the East and you lose in the first round, there ain't nothing you can say.
See, this is the thing with Pat Riley's comments the other day, where he's talking about the Heat. He didn't really fear anybody in the East. And that he thinks the only elite teams are San Antonio and OKC, which I don't say again, Vlad.
I was like, really? Like, you couldn't even beat some of the bad teams in the East. So for you not to fear, I know you won 2 games against New York, won a couple of games against Detroit, but that was also early in the season.
Well, and I think the thing is like his point probably isn't wrong, because if you look at the landscape of the league, those probably are the only 2 elite teams. Not that the Knicks couldn't beat them if things go their way, or Cleveland couldn't beat them if things go their way. But what has the Heat done to even be in the weight class of the teams that you don't even consider a threat? So while like overall his point wasn't incorrect probably about the landscape of the league, the problem with the Heat is you can't look at your team truly and say, oh, this is going to be a team that can get into the dance and really hang with everybody else. Because even if you were to look at like Orlando and all the struggles they went through, Orlando has 2 really strong young forwards. They added Desmond Bane this year. Anthony Black has kind of come into his own. You always know Suggs going to play well, and they have the size of Wendell Carter. For the Heat, the problem with them is, as mishmash as Orlando was, they have an identity. You know what they are. You know what they're going to bring to the table. The problem with the Heat by the end of this season is like they didn't have anything. And he mentioned the continuity and the problems with the injuries and all that type of stuff, which is fine. And he didn't want to make any excuses. But I don't know how you could have looked at this season and the way, especially that it ended in the last 3 weeks, and thought that you were one of the teams that could have even been like the surprises. Like, could they have done what Philadelphia is doing right now? Because the one thing with the X factor of Philadelphia is, hey, they were going to get Paul George back, even if Paul George is a little over the hill, long in the tooth, and not doing steroids anymore. And Joel Embiid is, when healthy, still going to be 7'3" and a tough cover. What was the X factor the Heat were going to add to their team coming into the postseason? That Tyler Hero and Norm were going to figure it out? Like, that's the only thing with Pat. It just rings hollow for me with looking at this team. There wasn't really anything. If you would have told me, hey, we've shelved the Olay twins, one of them's gonna be in there, but you're gonna do this with young, scrappy guys, and you're gonna give Pella Larson and Jaime their first experience, and Kalel, you're gonna be committed to that. Then I would have said, all right, let's see what it is. But I do worry about the Heat still having delusions of like, bro, LaMelo Ball doesn't trip Bam. We're in this. We're basically the Magic. Like, I worry about that. That
sounds like something you would say.
But I didn't this year. And if I'm not saying it this year, I'm not saying it this year, that should tell you something.
I know, but how you gonna get mad if somebody in the Heat organization would say that when you've been saying that for the last 5 years.
But when I've said it, it's been right. When I've said it, they've come out of the play in 3%.
If they said
I know when to pull the trigger on things like that and go Heat in 5. You can't sit here and say Heat in 5 because LaMelo Ball broke Bam's back. Like, you can't do it. He went out there, and if you would have gone and played, let's play this scenario, Leroy.
Okay.
Do we really think that if the Miami Heat would have played Orlando in that play-in game in Orlando, that they would have finally conquered them? No, dude. So I just hope that there's not anybody, sitting around a fire. I don't know why I picture them by a fire, but sitting by a fire with some whiskey at Whiskey Stars and Cigars, and they're like, if LaMelo Ball didn't trip Bam, we would have taken out the Pistons.
You're going to be the guy.
I'm not the guy.
Oh, my goodness.
If I'm not the guy, they can't do that.
This guy has stepped outside of his body and is complaining about him.
I'm not the adult in charge.
Wait, no, because what are you doing?
You can't do that.
Dude, wait
No,
a minute.
he's right. That's a great comment. You're arguing about yourself.
Yes.
I have no power. I'm a carnival.
No.
You can't say it. I'm not the general manager of the Heat.
Don't say I have no power.
I have no power.
You know what? When I say what you're saying right now, when you have said that, you know what you've called me? Yum yucker.
I know when you're yucking yum. Like, here's a classic case of you being.
God, we got to find a better terminology.
I don't understand why you're bothered by it. The classic case of that is you raining on Liam Hicks and being like,
I didn't rain on him.
You rained on it, dude.
Okay.
You rained on it.
All right.
And he's new Cal Raleigh, and you got to just accept it.
Okay.
That is where you, if you want to rein it in.
You don't want to be new Cal Raleigh. He strikes out a lot too.
I'm just saying, catcher who hits a lot of home runs. Liam doesn't. He doesn't miss very much. It's really incredible what he's done this year. But the point of the Heat is, like, I know when to pull the trigger on being overly confident. I never felt that this year outside of like the 7-game win streak. But once they got to a point, you're still getting your head caved in. The 2 Toronto losses were so demoralizing. They were so demoralizing. And Toronto, like, they're like Looney Tunes out there. Like, they play hard, but to think that the Miami Heat couldn't even be on the court with that team this year, no team was more dominant against them. Yet they really can't justify, in good faith, coming back next year and saying, we were a Bam trip away from being the Magic. They can't do it. You can't. You can't if you're Pat Riley. You can't if you're Andy Ellisberg, the Arisons. You can't do it if you're Adam Simon or Spo. You just can't. And Spo's going to do this, say, we were competitors this year. Bull bleep, dude. You guys were the worst defensive team in the league for the last 3 weeks of the season. And that's supposed to be your calling card.
I mean, wow. I'm taken aback by this.
Don't really understand why.
If you hey, you're serious.
I'm not doing a bit. Yeah. I don't really understand why you think I'm doing a bit. Like, it's not, I'm not finding this to be a laughing matter. You're sitting here being like, yeah, but you're always a reason. But I'm not right now. You saw this team and I never was this year on them.
So if you've been,
you think that he can justify that?
No.
So you agree
absolutely not.
So you agree with
but I didn't think you could justify it in the years past. Talking about if so and so, if this would happen, Heat in 5.
If the Heat, but it has been Heat in 5. They have in years past. It has been Heat in 5, mostly surrounded Jimmy Butler.
All right,
like those are justified. You can't do it here. That's ridiculous.
I just think that the Heat are in a bad spot for this reason. They have played an entire season of basketball with a handful of young players and still have no idea where they are. And I would have sacrificed a couple of more wins to at least know where you stand with everybody on your team than to still have questions after the season.
Yeah, I don't think there are questions about them, though. Like, I think all the young guys, I think we do have a good grasp of what they are. I think the problem is trying to hope that any of the veterans, especially the 2 shooting guards, are going to work together.
Right.
Like the answers, I think the answers to the test on the other guys were there. There was enough during the season to know. And I don't really think they sacrificed anything with them. I think what they had to keep everybody in this spot of, oh yeah, these offensive guys were going to figure it out, and they just, I mean, they weren't. I
don't know how to say this, but I'm gonna say it just because if I try to say it in a different way, it ain't gonna come out right. Once the Heat give you all your money, it's up to them to determine how you play. Right? The Heat have been known for saying it's not the first 5 minutes you play, but the last 5 minutes. It's not how many minutes you play at the beginning of the game, it's how many minutes you play during the course of the game. That deems your importance to this team and us winning. And I think for the first time in maybe forever, I think the Heat went about playing guys and doing things based on hurting people's feelings when it comes to the veterans. And that has never been a Heat thing.
Yeah, but look, I will give them the idea. It was a tough situation. I mean, like, it's tough to tell Norman Powell when you start the year as an all-star, hey, you got to now go to the bench. And then it's tough, when you keep yo-yoing them both back and forth. Like, I can understand that being annoying as a player, but I just think the problem was you probably should have recognized that. I think, like, we could have looked back to, like, the first time it looked like the team was slipping and been like, oh, man, this ain't going to work. Maybe we should move on these guys.
But again, in order to do that, you might have to hurt some feelings.
Yeah, unless you trade them.
But you see what I'm saying? And that's the thing that between Pat and how the Heat do things, this is the first time where they've, like, cared about
not true. They did that with Terry Rozier too. They really ran Terry Rozier into the ground trying to make that work.
Yeah,
trying to make themselves look good for a stupid trade.
They almost did it for him because they didn't know how much longer they were going to have him.
Well, I mean, that certainly was a surprise, but also they want to not look like idiots for trading a first round pick for him, which they did.
Right.
Take a break. When we come back, we'll tickle Leroy's fancy. That's next. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, to Tickle Leroy's sponsor. We'll go around the weekend slate and see what Leroy is interested in. Leroy, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, starting off tonight at 7 o'clock, Pistons Magic Game 6 on Amazon Prime. Tickle your fancy?
Yeah, I thought that Detroit would easily get through this first series and then maybe struggle in the second one. Based on what I saw at Orlando the last month.
Mm-hmm.
I did not see this. And Orlando is just kind of bullying Detroit. Like,
you believe I had Heat fans tell me, you believe I had Heat fans tell me they didn't want Paolo Banchero? Like, you guys are idiots. You guys think you're above Paolo Banchero? Get the hell out of here. Still hates the coach, though. I mean,
Yeah.
winning will put a Band-Aid on it for a little bit. We'll see.
Right. So, yeah, my fancy's
My
tickled.
fancy is tickled.
How long could this last with Orlando? You were playing some of the worst basketball we had seen all year before this started.
I mean, the defense and size aren't going to go anywhere.
That's true. Just ask the Heat.
Yep.
I mean, all Orlando did was lean on them with them big people.
Coming up at 7:30, Cavs Raptors Game 6 on Amazon Prime. Does that tickle your fancy?
Yeah, it does.
Fancy is tickled.
Toronto has been sneaky good all year, right? I can't fathom that they have enough firepower to go 7 games with the Cavs because the Cavs got their own problems. They got all that size and don't nobody like getting rebounds. That's crazy.
Who's there? Game 6 Harden.
Careful.
Careful, Cleveland.
Wait. Is this the only man that has Petty injected in every series? Like, if you just mention the series, you got some Petty. Like, your Petty is with Boston, right? Your Petty is with James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere else?
Nick.
Yeah, Knicks when the next series goes.
Knicks.
I was enjoying the Knicks having squeaky cheeks for a couple games. The West, no. The thing that I wanted to happen happened. I needed Joker to lose early and get embarrassed just to get the ball rolling. In the NHL, tonight I got some big Petty in the NHL.
Look.
You won yesterday's Petty. You got
won yesterday, but this is the one I want the most. Lightning, Canadiens, Game 6, Leroy, tonight, 7 o'clock on ESPN2. Montreal leads 3-2. Does John Pooper losing tickle your fancy?
No, not really. I'm
not tickled.
Like it tickles your fancy.
Smug. I don't like you. Like that guy? You can stand his stupid face.
I mean, whether my fancy is tickled has nothing to do with whether I like John Pooper.
Nobody likes John Pooper. I don't even think.
The man's name is Cooper, but I mean, considering you're calling him John Pooper, I don't think you like him.
I don't like him, dude.
No, I know you don't like him, but Leroy just followed by calling him John Pooper.
I just followed Tobin.
What about at 7:30, Game 6, Buffalo Sabres, after having a big lead, are in Boston to take on the Bruins. Does that tickle your fancy?
No, but I'll tell you what's interesting. No series lead is safe in hockey. None. No series lead. So if your team is down 3-2 or 3-1, like, it don't really mean nothing.
Man. What about tomorrow, Leroy? Oh, actually, I got to get a couple in tonight. First off, Lakers, Rockets, 9:30 on Amazon Prime. Does that tickle your fancy? Lakers lead 3-2. They were up 3-0.
I might catch the first half of that. It does tickle my fancy. I watched this game with no Luka. They didn't have Reeves, who was terrible the last game. They barely or haven't scored 100 points in the last 2 games.
Both
and
teams.
I'm starting to think, what are you guys going to do when LeBron gets tired?
Pray.
Right? Because
just pray.
It's got to come, right?
Well,
it's got to happen. He's 41 years old.
Well, can I just say, I know we try and make everything a thing, and I've certainly had my own petty with LeBron in the past. I've gotten past it. I've grown. I'll tell you one thing that I think is a dumb take. The fact that if LeBron loses, this affects his legacy. He's 41.
Right. The fact that we're doing that.
He's 40. What do you mean it affects his legacy?
But I mean, doesn't affect his legacy. But if we're gonna praise the man for winning a series at 41, we could criticize him for losing a series when you're up 3-0. You just got to win one damn game.
Vlad, the fact that you are relying on a 41-year-old.
They're hurt. But the other two are hurt, guys.
But that's
like the other two best players are hurt.
41 don't change, dude.
But that's the thing. Vlad,
it don't matter.
He's going to battle with Luke Kennard, old Marcus Smart, and
if he wins, he would be giving him the biggest props, all his flowers and everything.
But it would
if he loses, we say, well, LeBron was 41, he wore it down.
So that's all I was gonna say. But I agree with you with his ruining his legacy, but he does deserve to be criticized if you do lose a 3-0 series lead.
We'll see tonight. It is going, and we got the extender in that series, so it seems like it's going 7.
Well, there's a thing about the extender. He gives you 42 minutes to get away with everything. Then if it's close and it's 6 minutes, I tried my best. I gave you every advantage. You effed it up. Now I'm calling the game fair and square. That is Scott Foster's MO.
What about tonight, Game 6? The Vegas Golden Knights are at the Utah Mammoth. Vegas leads that series 3-2 at 10:30. Leroy, does that tickle your fancy?
Nope.
Fancy.
What was the magic word there?
10:30?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. What about
weekends?
I get up earlier on the weekends than I do during the week.
Tobin.
The old go to bed early, Vlad. I don't know what to tell you.
No, I go to bed about 10, 11.
What about tomorrow at 4:10 p.m.? Marlins, Phillies, Max Meyer on the hill. Does that tickle your fancy?
Yeah. 4 o'clock. That's a good time for me.
All right. Then we also have the 152nd running of the Kentucky Derby on NBC. Does that tickle your fancy, Leroy?
Yeah. That'll get me into my night, right? Kentucky Derby, that'll probably run about 6:37.
6:18.
6:18. All right.
Something to that effect.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, it's only
well, that's
minutes.
post time. Post time is 6:18.
Yeah, it's only 2 minutes.
You know why? You want to tell me you know why I don't like the Kentucky Derby?
Why?
Because Kentucky, they don't do 10-cent supers.
Huh? What?
Superfectas. So usually when I bet the Triple Crowns, I have like a couple of, 10-cent supers. And if you hit big, if a long shot wins, you can win a couple of grand, right? But the problem is you can only do 20 cents. So the way I do it, it will cost me twice as much money. And that ain't fun. It ain't fun betting.
Are you saying you're upset because you have to add another 10 cents to a bet?
And no, it's not 10 cents.
Oh.
So I box horses and put horses on top. My bet, each bet costs about $20, right? But if I only want to spend $50 and I want to do a couple of different things, instead of the 20, 25, $30 of fun, it ended up costing me $100. And I'm like, it ain't like whether I can do it. It's just that I don't want to be forced into making more of a bet than I want to make, because you don't offer the betting that every other racetrack does.
Ask Terry Rozier for help.
No.
Looking at some of the horse names we got. We got Renegade out of the one post. He's 5-1.
I like it.
We got Albus. He's 50-1 in the 2. Intrepido at 55-1 in the 3. Litmus test. It's 34-1.
Is he the litmus test?
I think there's a couple of posts. I think there's a couple of posts that have never won the Kentucky Derby.
I think the outside posts.
I think one. I think one is.
So you think tomorrow's the day to bet on the outside post?
We have the favorite horse from Boston coming out of the 21 post. Great White.
Oh, he's an intangible.
Oh no! Look, you ready?
Horse is intangible.
You ready? You ready? 17.
I love that horse.
No horse has ever won the Kentucky Derby from the post 17.
So, Celtics are playing tomorrow night, and the favorite horse in the Kentucky Derby is a horse out of Boston. I'm not betting on that horse from Boston. I think it's a bad
move. What post is he in?
Which one?
4?
4 or 5. The favorite, like, the Boston horse.
It's crazy because, like, I like the start of the race because they use the double gate, and the start of the race, how they jostle for position. They either the inside horses take off, the outside horses tuck in. Like, it's just crazy. They trying to cut that distance.
Forms like Voltron.
Right, but the crazy thing is that you always have one outside horse that say, I can make it.
Hold on.
Right? And he can take off and he can make it. And they get around that first turn, he's like, no, I can't.
How's the weather tomorrow?
That's a good question.
Is it going to be sunny? Is it going to be nice conditions? Because
fast track or muddy track?
Fast track. But if it's raining and sloppy, there's going to be a
the jockey. Who's the jockey? He always wins when it's muddy.
Ooh, cold tomorrow. Cold, but cloudy. It doesn't say any rain.
Okay, that's good. That's
no rain. Just a cloudy day.
Fast track.
Horses like the cold.
What's the other names? Any other good names?
We got the Puma.
Ooh.
That's the
he's
one
8-1.
Was talking
the
about.
9. I kind of like the Puma. Wonder Dean. Incredibolt. 27-1.
Terrible play on words.
Incredibolt.
But you know it has to do with who the father and the mother is.
Probably.
Yeah.
Chief Wallaby. 9-1 in the 12.
Chief Wallaby?
Chief Wallaby, dude. Yeah, like the little kangaroo, I think.
What if he loses? Is he going to be Wallaby shoes?
I don't know, dude. He might be Roo balls.
So a wallaby is a baby kangaroo, right?
It's just a smaller version of a kangaroo. Okay. It's not a baby kangaroo. It's like a baby kangaroo is a joey.
Still kick your ass, though, right?
I think I'd kick the crap out of a wallaby, dude, to be honest with you.
Dude,
Kentucky Finn
can I just say something?
It's supposed to be the coldest derby in 20 years.
What'd you say?
Coldest derby in 20 years.
Kentucky Finn said it's supposed to be the coldest derby in 20 years. He lives in Louisville.
So yeah, Tobin.
Yeah.
I don't know why intangibles think they can take on wildlife.
A wallaby, dude? It's like a teddy bear that hops.
That stand up on his tail and give you a 1-2.
Leroy, did you hear his comparison?
A teddy bear. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing teddy about that animal.
I'm telling you, dude. They're small. That could be I could be my pet.
Hold on. Let me see.
You can look that up. One more on Tickle My Fancy. In boxing, you got Zurdo Ramirez taking on David Benavidez for the Cruiserweight Championship of the world. Benavidez is minus 550 in this fight. Tickle your fancy?
No, but I think this is just like is this one of those fights where he's just getting ready for a bigger one?
He's going up in weight. He's fighting for a different belt. So
right.
I think he's trying to figure things out at super middleweight, at light heavyweight, but he's going up and trying to win the cruiserweight title.
Oh wow.
What?
They are tiny.
Told you. I know what I'm talking about. I know what animals I could beat up.
They're like length 45 to 105 centimeters, which is 18 to 41 inches. And Their weight typically ranges from 2.2 pounds to around the biggest is 55 pounds. I think a 55. I don't know, dude. I like like you sitting here chit-chatting like you could take a wallaby. I'm not really interested in you taking on any wildlife without a weapon.
I mean, no, that's no fun. It's child's play if it's a weapon. I'll tell that possum. I felt bad about the possum thing because you see they're using them to get rid of Burmese pythons.
Well, there's one less, so that means there's going to be one more Burmese python on the planet because you took one out.
I didn't know. I thought they had rabies.
Really?
Take a break. Get you caught up with your headlines. We're back after this. Nearly burned my tongue off. That hotel room coffee was piping hot.
Well, you got a little K cup. They do the little K cup machine in the
yeah. But I was a dum-dum. It took me like 3 tries to figure it out because I forgot that I had to put the stupid
technology kicks my ass.
It kicked my ass, dude. It did. It kicked my ass. I'm like, why is this not working? Because I'm used to our work one that the water's already pumping through it. I had to put the water in.
You have to put the water in.
Yeah, right. I don't use that. I'm spoiled. We have the fancy one at work.
So let me ask you a question there, Mr. Intelligent.
Thank you.
Did they have bottled water next to it?
I drank those.
That's what the bottled water's for.
And you know what? When housekeeping came here, and I was like, I only need towels because I didn't want her to come in here and start. By the way, they are not cool with you just telling them I don't need you to clean the room right now.
They get mad.
I've had 2 stand-ups. I'm like, I really don't need you right now. They're like the last lady yesterday. I'm like, can I just get some water? Because I was still good on towels. They gave me. Tell you what, this hotel not cheap on the towels. They're like, whoo, here you go, all the towels you want. But this time I needed a refill, and she was like, looking at me, and I'm like, please. So I just left the door. She left the towels. I was like, should have gotten water. Damn it. But yeah, so after I figured out putting the water in the stupid fish tank, I finally have coffee, but I nearly.
You know why I know that?
Why?
Because my wife has one.
She has a K-cup?
She has it, and she has to put the water, so there's always bottled water next to it.
Right.
But it's not the same as the work one. I don't ever use that.
The work one is good. The work one, because you can change the
strength.
The strength. You could double up on K-cups if you really want to burn the environment down. It's great.
I get that 6.
It's only a matter of do people burn through the Bustelo while we're during the weekend? You know?
Oh man,
I don't even. Does anybody even drink the other flavors? Because I feel like the only one we ever have a shortage of is Cafe Bustelo. Why don't we just go to Costco and get all Cafe Bustelo?
Dunkin' Donuts is Joe Rose.
That's just Joe though. Like he's the only one I feel like who uses that. And
sometimes-
he's already coming in with an extra large cup.
Yeah.
So much coffee on that microphone by the time he leaves.
It smells like caffeine.
I mean, he got it. There's coffee, donuts, and creamer all on the. It smells like a Dunkin' Donuts.
We should ask him about Whiskey Stars and Cigars when Joe's on stage, his coffee consumption during the day. How much he goes through. Leroy, can you get a weather update brought to us by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, making sure your home is ready this storm season. Get your free roof and window estimate today. Visit tornadoroofing.com.
I'm looking at two things here. One, I've been paying attention to the scores on the
Cadillac.
the Cadillac, and they are lighting it up, which means that the winds are very low. I'm looking outside, nary cloud in the sky, trees are barely moving. It is a beautiful day. So again, even if you're not a golfer, you're gonna light it up outside today because it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. Every now and then I see the trees way at me, so I'm guessing it's probably gusting around 10, right, just over 10 every now and then, but not that often. And it's about 84 degrees. It's been a lot warmer than it feels like, although when you check the weather, it says it feels like a lot warmer, which means that the humidity is probably down.
I'm looking right now on ESPN. The Marlins got the Phillies this weekend. But the Mets, I mean, just an abysmal April. What are they, 10-21, I think was their record?
They've lost 12 or 14?
They are so bad. They are so bad. And Juan Soto has been hurt for some of this, but I mean, they're a loaded team. Like they're supposed to be right there at the top of the East. And this is 2 years in a row. This team has stunk.
Yeah.
Stunk.
Like, what do you like? How would you like to be that owner?
Oh, well, how would I like to be him? I mean, he came in very blustering, you know? Like this is a funny thing. You have these new owners, they like to come in, they like to make noise, they like to, you know, oh, look how much money I'm spending, but man, if it doesn't work, God, it's embarrassing when you spend that much money.
Right.
You know? And this Mets team is an abomination. The Phillies one I'm not super surprised about because their GM kind of gave voice to it coming into the year that they were like, yeah, let's see if we're still good. So the fact that they're struggling, but the Mets, whew, there's a headline right now on ESPN. the worst team money could buy.
Yeah, and that
didn't I already do that book already?
Yeah.
And it was the Mets?
Yeah.
So is this part 2?
This is a great day for my petty.
Now, the crazy thing about all this is if you want your team to spend money, now the teams that don't spend money could just say, look at the Mets.
They can. No, 100%. 100%. That is how it can go.
Like, Vlad, what's the saying? All money ain't good money.
All money ain't good money, buddy.
Man.
You gotta you gotta be able to throw them dice. That's a good saying when you're throwing them dice.
Really, I think what needs to happen, this is just me personally, they should just pay the Marlins to take Juan Soto off their hands. I mean, that's really what should happen. You know, he's obviously a locker room cancer. Can't be trusted with the Mets. He can't handle New York anymore.
I think if he could, he would go back to New York.
He can't go back. He can't go back to.
You mean he would go back to the Bronx?
He can't go back to the Bronx. You can't go back to the Bronx. That's a betrayal.
Listen.
You think the Yankees wouldn't take him?
No, I don't think they would.
First of all, are you out of your mind?
What?
There's no way the Miami Marlins are taking a man with a contract of $725 million now.
Well, they got to pay it. It's their mistake. We'll give them, one of our pitchers down in the minors.
They ain't taking no damn pitcher.
They got to foot the bill.
That is, you still have 13 more years.
Yeah, the Marlins had to pay Stan money.
And $700 million left.
That's tough.
Or $675 million left. Ain't no way the Marlins are paying.
He could just defer it. Steve Cohen can defer it. He could pay it like he loves Bobby Bonilla Day. He said he wanted to make it a bit so he can have Juan Soto Day for the rest of existence.
And Juan Soto ain't deferring no money.
He paid Juan Soto to go to the Marlins. That's what he should do.
That ain't happening.
Be amazing. Just make it happen. The Marlins though do have a big series this weekend. I'm serious though. We talked with Jack about it, and I do think this is a big opportunity for the Marlins because none of the teams they're taking on, like they're taking on the Phillies, not good. Orioles, nah. Washington's under 500. Like these are teams on your level. And look, the Marlins really have not had. They've had very frustrating series that they've lost. They haven't looked outclassed in any series this year outside of Detroit. Detroit was the one series you're like, who the hell are these guys? And maybe Jazz Chisholm was right. It's too cold. Jazz was like, why am I struggling? It's cold. I don't like it. So maybe going to Detroit early on in the year, it's too cold. That's why they couldn't have success in that series. But
isn't it crazy that none of the cold places have indoor? I'm trying to think. Toronto.
That was Sky Dome.
They have the dome. Not really.
That's it. But they have them down south.
Yeah,
because it rains more.
Rain and heat.
All right.
You can't have that in Texas. Although I think Texas does have
a roof. They have
the Rangers. The Rangers have a roof now.
He's more talking about like New York, Boston, Washington, Philadelphia,
Cleveland.
They need the outdoor.
Minnesota.
Minnesota has a dome.
Not anymore.
No, they don't.
They don't have a dome.
No,
they
they left
play.
that dome.
That park. They got.
Yeah.
Right.
The Marlins are going to be in Minnesota in 2 weeks after this homestand. That's their first series.
Let me tell you, snow ain't out of the picture. It's crazy up there, dude. I'm telling you, I didn't do myself no favors. I should have brought some more clothes to Rochester, but I figured I was only going to be there a day. I did my little garment bag with my little suit in it, right? I wore my sweatsuit, and then I had a sweater. And let me tell you, they could have got me for whatever. I just didn't see a store because I was wherever I was. There was no stores. All I saw was nothing.
Dates House says Tobin is where you're at better than Indy. Oh, 100%. There's no place that sucked more than Indy.
No, Maryland's a cool place.
Maryland, it's all right. But
a lot of traffic.
I haven't really ventured out. Like I'm kind of just on the casino property.
Go get some crabs.
I do want to try some crabs before I go. But
and then tell them, because contrary to popular belief, all those Maryland people think that their crabs come from the Chesapeake Bay and they come from Shreveport. It's a big letdown.
Really?
Yeah. Shreveport, the only reason why Shreveport is famous is not because of that ridiculous bowl game they have, but most of the country's seafood goes through Shreveport.
Other headlines brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less with your pricecito at Doral Kia. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com as you got the Pinks. They'll be back in action tomorrow, taking on Orlando City at 7:15 from New Stadium.
How are they doing? Like, what's their
I think they've won their last few.
No, they're mid.
Yeah, they're mid for the season, but since they had that guy leave, didn't they win 2
They haven't won a home game yet. It's always been ties.
Really?
Yes.
Jeez.
Haven't won a home game at the new stadium.
New stadium. They thought they were really cute with that sponsorship.
Yeah, and you. Come on, man.
Yeah, come on, man. I don't like it.
Me neither.
But that's their number. That's their rival. We hate Orlando City, the stupid Lions, cowardly Lions.
So what is this called? Is this the Turnpike Classic?
I don't know.
Was it Turnpike Pseudo or whatever?
Don't you guys have that? Don't you guys have a soccer guy on every week on Sports Day?
Yeah, the better Solana. But
well, ask him. Ask that guy. He's the guy with the hat, right? Ask him.
Daniel Solana. You'll hear him this weekend on the Sports Day with Dan Day and myself.
Ask him about the rivalry
tomorrow. Yes, no, he did give it. It's called like the Turnpike Classic or something like that. It's like that.
Very good. Very good. We will take a break here on the program. More to come. We got those Busch tickets to give away as well this hour. We're back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. It's Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. We'll take you guys up until 2 here on the program.
Man.
What? What's wrong?
I'd be so happy if it wasn't for people.
What happened?
So I had a guy supposed to come over to check the patio. I want to get it, like after a while, you got to get it resealed and the sand, because the sand comes out and then it just gets like terrible in the cracks.
Okay.
So I talked to the guy. He says, I have 4 available on Friday, which are already all right. He didn't ask me when was I available. He says I have available, like he's the busiest damn man. Yeah, like he's the busiest man in the world, right? I'm like, whatever, fine. All right. And we call, then he sends me a text. Hey, can I change it to 9:30 tomorrow morning? I'm like, you know what? Forget about it. I said, you ain't going to tell me what time you could do it and then change the time. He's like, well, no, we can do it. I said, I got to sit around and wait 2 hours because I'm done at 2, right? I said, so I'm already waiting around for you. And so then he texted me back, can you do 1? I said, I can let you in. You can go check. But I just think people that do business think that nobody else got nothing to do but sit around and wait for them.
Yeah. Jesse chimes in on the chat. Says, been listening in my car, hopped on YouTube to say that Inter Miami versus Orlando City is called the Florida Derby. I'll hang up and listen.
Hey, dude, can I just say this? Whatever you want to do with a radio show, whether it's tell jokes, whether it's be an irritant, you can do it here. Be informative, right? Because we get pieces of information, right? We got information on the Kentucky Derby. I mean, like, come on.
It might be the Florida Derby, but I'm calling it a Turnpike Derby.
I like them both. Speaking of derbies,
we already have a Florida Derby.
We do. There actually is a Florida Derby.
There's a Florida Derby that runs
exactly.
at Gulf
that's
Stream.
why. So it's the Turnpike Derby.
The Miami Dolphins, they were hobnobbing yesterday at the Grand Prix. Yeah, they were hobnobbing yesterday.
No, that's not the picture I need you to show.
What picture?
They do really
show the picture with the. You got the picture with the race car driver on the shoulder?
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right,
they're holding one of the drivers. Oh, it's a video. JFix has a video. They're holding one of the drivers on their shoulder like they're going to a parade with a kid.
And it's called Derby. He's right. It might be called Derby, not Derby, but it's Derby. Dates off. Thanks. Do you know any of these players?
That's Patrick Paul.
Okay.
On the left.
Halfley.
Yeah.
Jon-Eric Sullivan.
I know the coaches. I know Bill and Ted.
Malik Willis in the middle.
Okay.
Zach Steelard on up.
Wow. Can I just say this? That's the tallest Malik Willis has ever looked.
Yes. Wow. Well, it
now,
helps when
Sully might be 5'8".
I think he is 5'8".
Okay.
I think he is 5'8".
But Malik looks, look, standing next to Zach Sealer, he don't look that damn small.
I like that Zach Sealer is wearing a
that tall
NASCAR
either.
Huh?
You don't look that damn tall either.
Yeah, but Zach Sealer's 6'5".
Damn, how small is Halfley and Sullivan?
5'8", 5'9".
I think they're like 5'8".
Malik is bigger than 5'8", 5'9" right there. Bro.
No, I'm saying, but in that picture, he looked like he could be 6'2". Because I know Zach Sealer's 6'5". See what I'm saying?
Chop Robinson.
That's Chop at the end, right?
Okay. Chop at the end wearing the long sleeves. Bold choice. I like that Zach Sealer's wearing a Daytona 500 shirt, like it's NASCAR. Would Brittany look down upon him for wearing a NASCAR shirt to F1?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But if it was a Lewis Hamilton shirt, though?
But it wouldn't be NASCAR, though.
Probably
goes Lewis Hamilton.
Oh, it would be F1. You're right.
It would be F1.
Yeah, he's right. I
think Zach Sealer doing that is pure, just like because he's a woodsman. He's like, yeah, that's the real racing, NASCAR.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you right now, if you experience it one time, it's life-changing. Have you ever been to a race, Tobin?
Nope.
it's life
F1 or
changing.
NASCAR?
Neither.
I've been to NASCAR. They used to have a IndyCar race in Cleveland.
Really?
Yeah. At the airport right near the stadium. And then I've been to drag racing. And then I'm trying to think, have I been to F1? I got invited. You know who invited me? You know who I ate dinner with yesterday? Robert.
Stephen Ross.
Robert Smith. He asked me if I wanted to go.
To what, this weekend? You should go. You don't want to hop up?
No, Leroy, always invited to the coolest stuff, never wants to go.
Here's what I don't understand with Leroy.
That's
you
not
being a big Michigan Wolverine, right? Alumni.
Uh-huh.
A race that is being held in a big Michigan Wolverine alumni stadium and location. And many former great Michigan Wolverine alumni will be at said location. And why don't you go?
You want to know the truth?
Yes, you're
I
golfing.
wouldn't be asking if I wanted live.
Because instead of going, I'm trying to hook up somebody.
Okay, that's nice.
That holds the same position that you have.
Because
I'm also a believer that if somebody else is into it and would enjoy it way more than I would, then I'm not just gonna go just to go.
Damn. See, Brittany gets more love than I.
No, I
finally got the invite this year.
Huh? You got the invite?
I finally got the Super Bowl invite this year, but Brittany gets she's getting the F1
Well,
ticket.
because wait, I know.
Do you guys see that Zach Sealer this year has been flying? Like he's learned how to fly.
I thought he's a woodsman. I don't think they fly. Why would he?
Yeah, well, I guess he's conquered the woods and now he wants to conquer the air. And I thought to myself,
this is your captain speaking.
Yeah.
Sat your ass down. We about to take off. And then he just sticks his head outside the door.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, crap.
He's got to be the biggest pilot ever. I don't see pilots that size. Like, can he fit in the cockpit?
I've never seen a big, well,
I don't think so.
I've never seen a big pilot.
I've never seen a big pilot. I've seen normal size
you
pilots.
have. That's BS. You have. Kareem
No,
Abdul-Jabbar in airplane.
What do you mean, dude? That doesn't count. Wait, but he wasn't the pilot. He was sitting in back. Right? He was sitting in back.
No, he's so damn tall. Riding a plane from the back.
But I like what? How much would I have to say that I've learned flying for you to trust me to fly?
There is no amount because you know why? Because you could ace all of your flying and they could give you the highest award in flight school, right?
Aviator.
But here's the problem. Soon as I sat in that seat next to you, you would do silly stuff.
I would not. I would be a responsible pilot.
Glad.
Hold on. First of all, I like this. Well, let's have some fun here. I like to know why you would be next to Tobin while he's flying the plane.
Because he would probably say, hey,
because if
I
you
learned how
are
to fly, you
his
want to
co-pilot, guess what? Bits are going to be, that's it. It's all going to be bits. He's going to have to entertain himself while flying. So you're going to have to hear these bits.
I could just picture him now. We go on and he goes, watch this. This plane glides and turns off the engine.
Watching him go high and then go low. He's like, could be something. And he goes low. Could be nothing. He's going to have fun.
Yeah.
He's going to have fun.
No,
Dade
that's
South,
like, yeah.
Dade South says taking flying lessons is on the rich and tangible bingo card.
Absolutely.
Why did he want to? I would love to know from Zach Sealer, why did he want to learn how to fly? Like,
hey, how about this? When I was, I want to say like 10. My parents separated, so we moved to Denver with my godparents, and one of my cousins was a pilot. Like he had he got his pilot's license. So one Saturday, me, my uncle, him, and somebody else got on one of those little planes, and we flew to Wyoming and went to the Cheyenne Rodeo. At the time, I didn't know it was the biggest rodeo,
how'd you feel in the plane? Did you feel trusted? Did you feel like
it was very small? It was like one of those like dude had to go outside and crank it up himself. So I was already a little bit nervous. But we got there and back, and it was cool because we did it. And, you know, we went, watched the rodeo for like 4 or 5 hours, right? And then flew back. So that was cool.
Does he?
So I just to say I did it, huh?
I wonder if Sealer owns the little plane, or if he.
No.
Or do you just rent it?
No, you don't rent it. When you take lessons, there's schools and they have their own planes.
Yeah, but once he learns and he gets approved, don't you get your own plane? Isn't that the point?
No, you don't. No, you got to buy it at that point. It's just wait.
What? I'm asking reasonable questions.
No, just because you get your driver's license don't mean you get the damn car.
I know. I didn't make that assumption. Thing. I'm just asking, does he where does he keep the plane? Does he have to keep it at
no,
an
they
airport?
do it like boats. They do it like boats. You have to pay if you buy a plane, you have to pay to keep it at an airport.
I mean, he obviously made a lot of money last year. I'm not assuming he's riding a PJ. You know, little what are those things?
That's not a PJ. He ain't riding.
Little puddle hopper. What do they call those things?
They're all the different levels of planes or different certifications. So like if he's just learning, he's learning on a prop plane. And then when you get that license, you can go into a jet. Then when you get that, you can go into a bigger jet. And you just keep going. But you can't just, once you learn how to do a plane, you can go to any plane. No, it's a different certification.
Ultralight propeller plane costs $8,000 to $15,000. There's no way I'm riding in an $8,000 plane. Are you kidding me?
Why not? Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking when you were talking about if I flew a plane with Leroy next to me.
It's like loony. That reminds me of Snoopy riding around in the plane.
With his head sticking out the top. Like a convertible plane.
Do you think do you think Jon-Eric Sullivan would trust Zach Sealer to fly him to practice?
No, they both wouldn't be able to fit in the plane. They would get in, Sealer would get in and Sully would go, hey, where am I sitting?
Crazy. I'd be terrified. I don't think if you told me you took 4 or 5 years of pilot training, I don't think I'm getting in a plane with you.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, very responsible.
I just don't trust it.
Why?
If it was a boat, it'd be one thing. We could swim.
Boat's worse.
Nah, I don't think so.
Dude,
Time out.
In order to turn a boat, you got to turn yesterday.
Time out.
You
said boat and water. That's not happening.
No.
All right. That's not happening.
I had a boat. I had a boat in Cleveland.
You did?
Yeah. He used to go
fishing. How many
fishing.
times you rode that boat?
Every weekend. But then I realized
How
that
many life preservers were in that boat?
Everybody had one.
Okay.
But here's the deal. So what happened is I like fishing on Lake Erie. Catch some walleye. It's fun, right? So I got a boat, and one day it was choppy, right? And it was real bad. And so I said, I need a bigger boat. And then they told me that you can't get a boat too big because the bouncing on the waves is what moves the lure because you just hang it off the back. So I got a boat that didn't move with the waves, which is what I wanted, but then I couldn't fish. So then I had to go down to the flats with the boat and, use it for in other ways. But whenever I would go back to my little spot, right, everybody around would say, throw me the rope, because I wasn't good at it.
Can you listen to music while you're flying a plane?
Huh?
Can you listen to music while you're flying a plane, like in the headset?
What do you think this is? You think this is what's that movie?
Why are you listening to music? Don't you need to hear stuff from the cockpit?
Like I say,
air traffic control.
Hey,
what are you listening to?
Captain Tobin, you got a big ass plane coming your way. Please veer left.
You want to listen
Please
to
veer
Tool?
left. And you listening to
Hey, we can listen to in that plane. Bush. They're bringing their Land of Milk and Honey tour with Mammoth and James and the Cold Gun to Hard Rock Live on May 12th. And we're giving away tickets right now. Caller number 3. Caller 3 to 305-567-0560. Caller 3 to 305-567-0560 will win a pair of tickets to see Bush with their Land of Milk and Honey tour at Hard Rock Live on May 12th. If you want to purchase your tickets, you don't want to wait to win, casino.hardrock.com/Hollywood/events. That's where you guys can buy them. But right now, caller 3 to 305-567-0560 is going to win a pair of tickets to Bush. Take a break. Mixed bag coming up. Okay, welcome back, everybody. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Want to let you know one more time about WQAM's Whiskey Stars and Cigars, presented by Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall. It is Friday, May 8th, talk sports unfiltered with our on-air hosts at Tabacon Cigars and Spirits at Plantation Walk, starting at 6 p.m. Enjoy a nice Scotch whiskey from Johnny Walker, a smooth cigar from Drew Estate. The event is free, and Davion Mitchell, Miami Heat point guard, is going to be in the flesh, in the building. Although we're kind of like outside there too, so saying in the building is kind of weird. But he's going to be there. He's going to be there.
Going to be a lot warmer than last year.
Yes. Yes. But no playoffs to watch.
Yeah, that's
there'll be playoffs to watch. It's
not your playoffs, Vlad. Put the Marlins on. I need to see that. Unless it's an all petty series, I'll tune in for that.
Oh, it's gonna be an all petty series.
I'll ask Davion what's his petty rankings in the playoffs. Who's he rooting against the most? I saw that he did post when he went to one of the Orlando games, and he put a throw up emoji. He couldn't stand being there.
Why did he go then?
I don't know.
I mean, why go if you're gonna throw up? Like that's
these are good questions, Vlad. These are good questions to ask off night. To ask him what he thinks. But it's not going to be an off night. That night's going to be on night. So we hope you guys come out and join us on May 8th at 6 p.m. at Tabacon Cigars and Spirits at Plantation Walk. Whiskey Stars and Cigars, presented by Edmore Sawgrass Automall. 4 brands, 1 location, your local Cadillac, Buick, GMC, and Chevy dealer. Getting to the mixed bag here, you have a bevy of playoff games going on. Joel Embiid. He is sick of losing to the Boston Celtics. They have them against the ropes now. Forcing a Game 7 last night. Here is Joel.
I mean, I've been playing these guys for so long. I'm tired of losing to them. So we have a chance to accomplish, something special. I mean, they're a great team, and you look at everything they have. That's a super team. So we just got to go in there with the mindset we've had for the last, 2 games, last 2 wins, and one play at a time. Tough environment, but we've been there. We won 2 games over there. So just keep doing what we've been doing, and we're going to be fun.
All right, there you go. Although you guys are acting like you're taking on like the the 62 win Bulls or the 72 win Bulls or something like that, dude. Like, calm down. Their player just came back off a torn Achilles. Honestly, Joel, like if you were healthy, this shouldn't be such a David and Goliath thing. The fact that you guys' record is the way it is because, I mean, every year there's a new ailment that he has. It's crazy.
But it is pretty amazing that we tend to make accomplishments greater than they are.
Right.
And
you're like,
some would say the 76ers shouldn't even be in a situation like this if Joel Embiid plays half of the games.
Yeah. And, like this, he's like, it's a super team. I'm like, they're a good team, but it's like the worst version of the Celtics that has been over the last 4 years.
Right.
So anyway, I guess what I'm saying is don't lose.
Don't lose.
I won't be rooting for you to lose because the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So I'm rooting. I am rooting for the Sixers.
Can I just say,
yeah,
you managed to twist everything so that no matter who you hate, you have a valid reason.
Thank you.
Vlad, what about Vlad?
He's honest. You gotta love it. He's honest. He said thank you.
You wonder why we can't sit in a plane and one of them Liberty planes together.
There's no way you can fly a plane with him, and he's flying the plane, and he's flying. Like,
no,
Leroy.
He's gonna be telling me about. He's gonna be telling me about downwind. I'm like, I'm the pilot. Okay.
Yeah, like let me ponder. Let me ask you this for you, so you can ponder. What if the Heat made a trade for, and it'll be a whole? That's it, and you're gonna have to listen to all the orcas he won.
Yeah,
and they'll look down and be like, "There's a whale right there. Look at that, Leroy."
No,
this may be worth getting my pilot's license.
We'll be on a plane. We'll be anywhere, and he'll look at his phone, and his eyes will do this. Leroy. Hear me out.
Draymond Green was on the Draymond Green podcast, available on the Odyssey.
I mean,
app.
I would hope so.
The point. He was on his podcast, which is available on the Odyssey.
You said
app.
some ridiculous stuff the other day. But saying Draymond Green was on the Draymond Green podcast.
There was one you could have said a pronoun. Draymond Green was on his podcast. But no, Draymond Green was on the Draymond. Of course.
Well, this is what Draymond Green had to say about Steve Kerr.
He's such a unique person. There's things he's done that I can never forgive him for, and yet I will do anything for him. When you spend 14 years with someone, when you've had the runs that we've had, playing the role that I've had to play and being who I've had to be, some things like that are going to happen. Everything hasn't just been one way. You know, it hasn't just been like, oh, man, Draymond did this, Steve's mad. I don't take that any way at all. You know, speaking of this December thing, you know, I spoke to him after that, and it was like, I don't think you like me. I don't think you've ever liked me, if I'm honest. Like, he cried. Like, really? However, what he's meant to me in my life, what he's taught me in my life, I was just telling him in our exit interview, the things that he's taught me about being a winner, I'm not sure where else I could have got that. I played for Tom Izzo, and Steve just took that to a completely different level, and especially showing me things about this level and winning. Like, I could never repay him for that. It's so important to who I've become. As much as he's done for me in basketball, a part of me think he's hindered me in my career and what I could have become. You know, when KD came from 2016 on, I have not had a play in our playbook, not a single play that we run for me in our playbook. This is 2016. But if you're going to take one gripe and not be able to move past it for all the other things, then you're shallow as a person. That says more about you as a person than it does about Steve or whoever else in that instant. You got to take the good with the bad, man.
So let me say this. Steve Kerr must be a ninja then. Because the way you kick and grab nuts it is a true art.
Jesus.
And he's taught you so much. Then why are you out here doing ninja moves on the basketball court?
You ever think like we're gonna get like the Last Dance version of the Warriors, and we can just finally hear me out on this? Yeah. You feel like we can get Steph Curry's version of how annoyed he was by everybody?
Hey,
like, do you think we're gonna get Steph, or is Steph too nice? Because Michael
too
Jordan was always petty, and so when Michael finally let it rip the dock,
Mike. Yeah. But
do you think like Steph Curry's gonna be like, oh my God, let me tell you about Draymond?
He's too nice. The LeBron documentary, there's gonna be a lot of pettiness going on.
Right.
I would say the thing about Steph is here's what's funny. I think the only person that would be petty is gonna be Clay.
But
here's the deal. Because I think that Steph is gonna say stuff very similar to what Draymond said, in that he's going to say something he had a problem with while appreciating the situation they were in.
I'm just curious because he just hears like all the bickering from everybody, and he's just here about his own business being like the best. And I wonder if like he'll ever have a time where he just like opens up and is just like, God, that Draymond Green was so annoying. Like,
I mean,
great defender, but him.
Do we need a 30 for 30? Because all we need is the pictures on the sidelines of every one of Draymond's teammates going.
No, you need a 30 for 30. You want to know what was everybody, how everyone was feeling during that sideline interaction between Draymond and KD versus the Clippers in Los Angeles, and what many assumed to be the reason what led to KD leaving. So you would want to know their interaction, even though they've talked and they've actually interviewed each other and talk about it. I like to hear what the others thought and how the others interpreted that situation.
You think if they had to do it all over again, if that was the main reason why something like that, why KD left, if they had to do it all over again, they would have got rid of Draymond?
Absolutely. No. Unless we come to find out how close of a friendship Steph and Draymond have. You got to figure that the only reason why Draymond's there is because of Steph.
I thought he was that cool with Clay too, though.
Oh, yeah. They don't Clay's ass.
They made the choice.
I think part of the reason why Clay was going because of his injuries, they thought he was done.
Yeah, thought he was cooked.
They were right, but nonetheless.
I mean, we thought Draymond was done 5 years ago, right? Mr. Triple Single.
Yeah, he won another championship. You give him that credit, but I just think that Steph's got to live in this world where like these guys are bickering at each other all the time. Just shut up and let me.
Doesn't that seem like with Steph on your team, being your leader, being your best player, with his temperament, that they could have had something that could withstand pretty much anything because everybody was going to stay in line. But then you had the rogue.
Steve Kerr calls him the sun. He's like, we all revolve around him. Like they all know it. But I just think when you're the sun, it's like like the sun's got to get annoyed sometimes with some of the bickering planets.
If he's the sun, Draymond is an eclipse.
Chris Finch, Minnesota Timberwolves coach. This was him on eliminating the Nuggets.
I mean, the effort was always going to be there. I thought the effort was there throughout the whole series after game one, where it was a little spotty, but it was incredible. Everybody, I knew we were going to have to draw on long minutes. Guys kept giving it to him, making all the effort plays. I mean, we had 19 offensive rebounds. That's the effort right there. And everybody was really, really good. If they played 5-6 minutes or they played, but you got to highlight some. I mean, Jaden McDaniels was he talked all series and he backed it up all series. And that's called legitimate tough. And he not only led us tonight scoring-wise, but Murray was 4 for 17, and I don't think he scored on Jaden the whole game. So that's what you want.
Yeah, Jaden called a shot early on in that series.
I mean, yeah. Look, we've had people call guys out, right? Like we hear the Bane and who's the dude for Indy who used to always mess with LeBron.
Lance Stevenson.
Lance Stevenson, but they ain't call up and then follow through like this. This dude talked trash from the get-go. What did he say? We can go after any of them. There's no particular
they're all
person.
bad defenders.
They're all terrible defenders.
Listen, Anthony Edwards said 2 years ago when they were going up against the Suns, he says they got Kevin Durant, but we got Jaden McDaniels, and everybody laughed at him. But Jaden McDaniels is, I mean, he's flourishing, dude. He's been awesome for these.
He just looks smooth for a guy that plays the way he plays. With the toughness, his jumper is so smooth.
Finally, Jon-Eric Sullivan was on NFL Network and had this to say about how Malik Willis is leading so far in his tenure as Dolphins QB.
Yeah, he's doing great. I think he's getting to know his teammates. He looks relaxed and comfortable. He's throwing the ball around good. He's starting to show that leadership that I saw in Green Bay, and he's doing well. He's growing with his teammates. I think he's starting to form a little bit of on the field camaraderie, if you will, with his receivers and his tight ends and his backs. And it's fun to watch. These guys are working hard, and I think they're having a good time while they're doing it.
And that was Sully on NFL Network. Do you feel like Zach Sealer goes, hey, you want to fly to Orlando? And Malik's like, yeah, PJ? He goes, no, I got us. He goes, what do you mean? He goes, get right on old Air Sealer over here. And do you think he's been teammates long enough where he would trust him? Because what do you do in that situation? Do you politely turn him down, or you're like, you mean you're gonna fly Zach Sealer? And you're like, yeah, Malik, come on, man. We'll have a good time. We'll go up to Bass Pro Shop in Daytona. It'll be a hoot.
Not to be yucking anybody's young, but that.
Hey yo.
I could basically play that soundbite and replace the quarterback and the coach with any other team's quarterback and coach, right? At this point in the year.
Yeah, definitely. Which is why I'm asking the question, as teammate camaraderie, if Zach Sealer approaches Malik Willis about flying him somewhere, does Malik Willis have to engage just to be a good teammate?
No. Nope. Nope, there's just certain things. There's just like if somebody asked me, I had my roommate, Stephen Braggs, who played down here.
Okay.
He was my roommate when my first 2 years in camp. And we became good friends. And he said, you ought to come visit me in Texas, where he was from. He said, we can go and hunt rattlesnakes. So I guess we're not going to be that damn close. Hey, dude. So I said, you don't get bit? He said, no, I put the boots on with the, yep. Nah, dude, I'm out. Yeah, he said, but hey, if you catch 2 or 3 of them, you can get you some nice shoes. And I said, but if you miss, you could get a coffin. Because listen, black people do things differently, right? and you know he ain't got no anti-venom with him. Right?
That's true. Yeah.
At least if I know if I'm going with a guy who's a animal guy and he take me out there, he gonna have measures if one of us get bit.
What if
right?
Zach Sealer offers to take him Everglades hunting? Does he have to go?
No.
It's team camaraderie.
No. Like, you should never be made that uncomfortable in your life.
Well,
and if you're a good friend, he should understand that.
Just talking to some camaraderie with Zach Sealer, woodsman.
Right. Mm-hmm.
We'll take a break, get you caught up with your headlines. More to come here on the show. We're back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. We'll take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Get you caught up with your headlines here in just a second, and those are brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. As the Marlins, they'll be back on the diamond today. 7:10 is your first pitch from Lone Depot Park. The first of 4 against the Phils, first of 10 at home. They got the Phillies, the Orioles, and the Nationals coming into town. So plenty of times and plenty of opportunities to go watch your fish. I got to get over there. I got to get in these next 10, Vlad. I got to make it over there. Haven't been there for a game this season. I didn't stick around on opening day, so I need to get on out there to see the fish.
We have 2 Sunday afternoon nooners.
Ooh.
You have a nooner to this weekend, and then you have a nooner next weekend, next Sunday. I think Phillies and then Nationals, I believe.
I can't do next Sunday because that's Mother's Day. I don't feel like getting divorced. Right. And plus, it's lottery day, too. So, got to put all the good
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What will make your Mother's Day happy? Seeing the smile on your beautiful wife's face or the Heat getting the number 1 pick?
I mean, why not both, dude? I can see if 2 birds.
You only can get one.
I mean, I can make her happy other days. I could.
There's 364 days.
364 days. There's only one lottery.
I'm just saying.
Can we keep this out of the podcast, though?
She's not listening live.
Nah, she's in school right now.
Don't worry, I'll mark it.
Oh, man. So you got Yuri Perez on the hill tonight against Zach Wheeler. First pitch set for 7:10. Tomorrow it's 4:10. Max Meyer and Aaron Nola on the hill. 3:30 is Marlins on deck there. And then Sunday, 1:40, Chris Paddock up against Andrew Painter. And the series will wrap up on Monday. Jansen Junk, who's been awesome lately for the Fish, he's on the hill against Jesus Luzardo, South Florida zone, making his return down here. So check that on out. Your playoff schedule tonight, you got the Pistons at Magic. Orlando leads that series 3-2, 7 o'clock tonight on Amazon Prime. You have the Cavs at Raptors. Brandon Ingram, doubtful to play tonight.
Really? Wow.
Downgraded to doubtful, reported last hour by the Raptors. So Cleveland get an opportunity to close that puppy out. They lead 3-2, and that's a 7:30 tip-off from the North. And then tonight, the Lakers are at the Rockets. LA leads that series 3-2, but of course, the Lakers started the series up 3-0, 9:30 on Amazon Prime tonight. So we got that for you. You got the Miami Grand Prix this weekend. You got the Kentucky Derby this weekend. So racing on hooves, racing on tires, all going on this weekend as well. So plenty to check out there. And also, I want to let you guys know we got a little weather update here brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, replacing roofs, roof repairs, maintenance, and hurricane impact windows and doors. Visit tornadoroofing.com. Currently in Miami, taking a look at the weather. Not Lexington, dude. I don't need that anymore. Let's see. 86 degrees, mostly sunny, and wind gusts up to 14 miles per hour, but a beautiful sunny day in South Florida with that going on. The Heat on lottery day, they're going to have Adam Simon in the room. They're going to have Alonzo Mourning on the podium there, where everybody has to sit there awaiting ping pong balls. I do wonder if the Pelicans will send Zion Williamson again, if he's going to be there. And then Zoe can give him a little like, hey.
Time out. Didn't they give away their pick?
They still get a pick. They still get a pick. I think they get the worst of their picks. So do they not send anybody?
Then I don't know. Maybe they do, because I thought the Dejounte Murray.
Yes, they get the Hawks get their pick, but they still have a pick. So I don't know if you have to be there. I don't know. That's a good question. Do you send somebody if you can't win the lottery? You have to give your lottery to somebody else. That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to be.
You don't want to be.
Yeah.
You got to send. I don't know. Who do you send? You send the rookie in that case. You send Fears.
Clean. No, you send Clean.
Oh, Queen.
Yeah.
The guy that we traded to make strange trade by them. Very strange trade.
But
doesn't also seem like him and Zion's like an awesome fit together. But Joe Dumars loves Zion. He's not letting him go.
I mean, you put them together on the court. That's not the most fit front court that I've ever seen in my life.
No, but Zion has gotten in good shape.
Zion has, but
he has gotten in good shape finally.
Dairy Queen? I don't know about that.
Yeah. He's maybe, you know what? He's got a good tutor now. He could just lean in. He's like, don't do what I did, kid. He got a lot of Zion can teach a lot of lessons if he wanted to. I don't know if he's in any place to do that.
He definitely needs to do those rookie symposiums. He definitely needs to do those.
Oh, yeah.
He definitely needs to talk to the rookies. Stay away from these people, these certain individuals.
The big NBA news yesterday was the Denver Nuggets getting eliminated, and Joker was asked about his future. I'll give you a couple cuts here if you guys weren't listening in the first hour, but here he was on if he wants to extend and stay with the Denver Nuggets.
You want to spend the rest of your career with the Nuggets. Has anything about this season changed that outlook with your extension looming this offseason?
Yeah, I still want to be Nuggets forever.
Is it safe to assume you will plan to sign that extension then when they offer it to you?
I still want to be Nuggets forever.
We'll see. But he also said this.
Where do you feel like this team is, in that bigger picture, and how far away or not far away do you feel like you guys are from being, a championship contender?
I mean, we just lost in the first round, so I think we are far away.
Do you feel like changes, or like what kind of change?
I mean, that's not from me, my decision, to be honest. Definitely, if you're in Serbia, we'll all get fired.
Very interesting. Gonna be an interesting summer in Denver, because I do think he wants to be a Nugget for. Listen, the media 101 game is just say you're gonna stay there, and then if other things happen in the background, oh well. Just do the Giannis playbook. Now, don't be as wishy-washy as Giannis, Joker, all right? Say what you mean what you say once it gets to it, all right? When they come to you and they're like, oh, we don't know if we can trade Aaron Gordon because nobody wants to pay for $100 million on a guy with a hamstring that's made of Swiss cheese. It's like, nobody wants Jamal Murray's knee, and we can't keep Peyton Watson. And you're joking. You're like, this isn't a great situation, dude.
Christian,
he got the out.
I mean, do you want to play with Christian Braun or do you want to play with your brote?
Your brate.
Your brate, yeah.
Well, this ends two ways, right, Vlad? Like it ends either with Nikola Jokić in Denver or Nikola Jokić in Miami. Like I feel like
wait, you say he's either Jokić in Denver or Jokić in Miami?
Yes. I think if the Heat are looking at it and he's like, you know what I need? I need some youth. I need some playmaking, and the Heat, maybe the Heat takes on Jamal Murray, gets them off that deal, and the Heat work out something like that. And he's like, I got him happy about
Murray
that.
And Jokić?
No. I'm saying it goes two ways.
Okay.
Either the Heat are going to get Jokić next summer as a free agent, because I don't think they're going to trade him. I don't think they got the balls to do it.
Denver?
So, yeah.
I mean, are they willing to lose him and not get anything for him?
See, the way I look at it is it's a nice theory, but it's like you're going to be sitting in the spot. I would always do it like OKC did it with Durant. Just ride it out. You have your year. Maybe things break your way and guys get hurt. Maybe Wembanyama doesn't get through the season. You ride another season of Jokić. If you just pull the plug, okay. First of all, he's basically going into a contract year, so he's going to have his say of teams. Now, I'm sure there will be a bevy of teams. I'm sure the Lakers will want him. I'm sure the Warriors will want him. I'm sure the Heat will want him. I'm sure everyone who wants to get in the game for him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but if I'm him, the way I don't see him, when we talk about him versus Giannis, I don't see him as like, I'm going to make this a dog and pony show, even though he loves ponies.
No.
I think he'd just be like, I'm going to do this my way. I'm going to walk away, and I'm going to sign with who I want to in the offseason. But if it doesn't go that way, then he's like, give me a little bit of youth. Give me somebody I can trust. Give me Jokić. And so he asked the Denver Nuggets to go trade for Jokić. So again, I think it goes two ways. Either he's coming to the Miami Heat next summer to play with Jokić, or Jokić is going to get traded over there. That's the way it's going.
Well, if we trade him over there, and it's Denver, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Then who are we going to get?
I was saying we're going to get Jamal Murray.
Ooh.
Whose knee is cooked, but, it's a new type of
I don't. Never mind. No, I'm out.
If I bring up any injury, Leroy's.
Well, no. You can't.
It hasn't.
Leroy, your list of players you want to trade for is one person. There's nobody who's not got some injury baggage.
Listen. Okay, here's the deal. I understand that everybody gets banged up in basketball. But what I am trying to avoid is Tyler Hero. Okay? And there's certain injuries that are nagging that, that you have to have a little foresight with to see where it's going. And when you talk about Jamal Murray and you talk about those knees, like it's not that he can't help. I just don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk being in the same situation with Tyler Hero with somebody else and me BSing myself saying, no, this will be different. I just rather not take the chance. I'm not saying you got to have somebody that plays all the games all the time, but I'm saying that you got to get somebody who's going to be more reliable that you can depend on. The thing that you saying is that everybody gets hurt, or it is I understand that. But
I'm just telling you, we're going to do this exercise all summer. There's going to be like 2 guys that you want in the league. There's not a lot of guys. There's not a lot of guys that aren't going to have baggage or red flags like Giannis does, Zion does, Ja does, Kawhi does.
Okay, no, there's levels to it.
I understand there's levels to it, but your level, your bar is Joker. Who that's it. Not everyone's that durable. Now,
I would take Giannis. Not Kawhi. I would take Spider. No Ja. I can't do the injuries and other stuff.
You're over. Telling me been years.
Huh?
It's been years.
Oh, okay. Again, I'm just all right, dude. You are a sucker for a name.
Yeah. So?
But a name is just a name if he ain't playing basketball.
A name is just a name?
If he's not playing basketball. If Jordan was available right now, you'd take Jordan. Oh, how bad could it be? He could still get us 20.
Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
I can't have grown-up conversations with you. He's an old man. What are you doing?
Okay.
This is why you're not mature. It's not fun to talk with you. I'm having the same
conversation with the injuries that you overlook.
I'm not overlooking it. I'm just telling you, we're looking at scenarios for the Heat. And if he wanted to bring in somebody different next year, if he wanted to make it little Serbia in Denver.
I like
our scenario. Listen, my first master plan I like way better.
What's that?
I prefer him just coming here as a free agent next year.
Right.
That's what I'm aiming for. But he sounded like a guy when he's saying if this was Serbia, we'd all get fired. It sounds like warning shot. You could say, oh, it's not my decision, but they're going to do whatever you want, or they're going to try. Now they're very locked up on money. There's not a lot of flexibility for Denver. That's why they're going to lose more players. Create some
flexibility by getting him Jokić, dude.
Yeah, it's that's not going to give you a ton of flexibility, but it's you're going to bring in somebody that would make him happy. I don't know. Right. That's what I would. I'm curious. It's like bringing in. It's like Thanasis being on the Bucks.
We couldn't even sign that guy. We just played with 14.
That was crazy. Spent all year just ridiculous. Tell us a little bit about the Cadillac Championship, Leroy. That's going on right now in Doral. What do people got going on if they're thinking about going out there this weekend?
First of all, they're still lighting it up. We got a guy that shot 64 in Kurt Kitayama. We got somebody who shot 8. Kurt Kitayama shot 8 under. And then, hold on. Sudarshan Yelamaraju. Got it. He shot 7 under. So right now, Nick Taylor, Cameron Young are tied for the lead. Cameron Young hasn't teed off yet, but I'm imagining he's going to light it up. Again, it's going on through Sunday, and you don't want to miss your chance to miss the top PGA players in the world. It's a cool event. There's public venues, delicious local bites, and plenty. We had Dave explain to us, all the different tents, all the different sites around the around the property. It's really a cool event. If you bring, you can bring 2 kids, ages 15 and under. They get in free with 1 ticket an adult. And all you have to do is go to Cadillac Championship.com to get your tickets.
Did we just lose him, Vlad? Leroy, I think we lost you for a second. Tell him when we had 2 kids. Leroy, stop watching bits.
So, like, I can't believe you guys didn't hear me.
Oh, we heard you.
I didn't. You like see? Here's the thing. Like Vlad didn't look like he stopped moving, and then on my end you froze. But I guess on everybody else's. Listen, I'm in a
No,
hotel.
I heard Leroy throughout the end. It was just usually after he finishes the read. That's the sign to hit the break.
Yeah. Oh, so you just went to break because you heard me.
I heard you. We all heard you.
Oh, so it was you, Tobin.
It was Tobin and his hotel Wi-Fi.
Okay, my bad.
Wi-Fi's been pretty strong for the last 2 days, but it was weird because Vlad didn't freeze on my end. I could see him moving, but you didn't. It was strange.
I got you.
My bad. Cadillac Alpin. It's awesome.
That's
been telling you.
Yeah, I'm going as soon as I get done here. I'm going watch. I contemplated going. You know what's crazy? So last week, remember the 2 brothers won, Alex and Matthew Fitzpatrick. Matthew Fitzpatrick, number 3 in the world. And he won that team event with his brother, he got to he won. He gets his card. He gets his PGA Tour card for that win. So Matthew didn't play in this signature event. Alex did. Alex going to get that money.
Good for
him. He's 5th right now. So
That's
I'm
awesome.
like, wow.
All right, let's get to You're Dead to Me. I'll go first. NFL Today on CBS is apparently considering signing
Chris Sims.
No, that would be worse.
wait.
That would be worse.
Wait, you got so many guys out there that we would all pick somebody different, and then you go, yeah, that would suck.
They're in deep discussions, according to Andrew Marchand of The Athletic. They are in deep discussions of signing Mr. Unlimited, Russell Wilson, for their pregame show. I got to tell you, dude, first of all, CBS, you hire anybody who's got a pulse. Like,
he's got the personality of an ink pen.
Yeah, you're dead to me if that's what you're going to do. There's so many people.
You got Sierra.
I don't know. But I don't want to hear Russell Wilson on the NFL Today. So I'm not interested.
Can I sell you on this?
What?
That before Peyton Manning's career, while his career was going on, we thought he had the personality of a grapefruit. And then when his career was over, between him and his brother, they really showed they're fun.
But he always did great commercials.
Yeah.
He always did great commercials. Yeah, he always did funny commercials.
Not Eli, though.
Yeah, not Eli, but he's along for the ride. That's what he's been doing his whole life. You know, that's what he's been doing. No, listen, 2 awesome wins against the Patriots. Don't get me wrong. But Russell Wilson, can we let Russell Wilson, if he is going to retire, we're certainly not in a rush to have him on television. Like, who's dying to hear him right now? No one's dying to hear that.
Can we take your time?
Take your time.
Like, do we need to have a corporate meeting over this already?
Do a couple Seahawks preseason games and see if it floats your boat. I don't need to hear him every single day.
Right.
It just feels lame. And I just am not interested in it. Dead to me if that's what you do there, CBS. What about you, Leroy?
Dead to me.
So I just watched something and I thought of somebody and I'm gonna use this just in life. You ever just minding your own business doing something in life and somebody thinks they're your coach and they come over and start giving you unsolicited advice on whatever you're doing? It's kind of like what's the commercials with the old people? We can't get the young people to not act like their parents.
Right.
Right. I'm tired of that. Listen, I'm ready to screw up my own life. I don't need coaching. Right? I don't need advice. Stop trying to help me through like whatever it is. The situation I saw was on golf. Somebody always trying to help you with your golf swing. And I'm like, that kind of applies to everything. You ever walking through the store and some old person walks by and say, you don't want to get that. That's got way too much fat in it. Here's what you need. That's a healthier choice. Right?
No, I don't have that happen. I haven't had the old give me unsolicited advice at the grocery store.
I have, maybe because I'm old. Right? Or maybe I just pay attention more. You can shut it off. I get annoyed because I'm old. Old get annoyed really quickly. All those people.
So you're annoyed by unsolicited advice.
Correct. They're dead to me.
Can I tell you, speaking of the old, before we get to Vlad's,
I'm young.
You know what the old struggle with?
Technology, math.
The old struggle with having to scan their key cards to get to the floor they need to get to.
Oh, what happened today?
You're in the elevator?
I have been in the elevator now 3 times with old people, and you have to scan to get on the floor that you want to go to. And I'm trying to be a polite whippersnapper, all right, and be like, all right, go ahead. And they're like, I can't reach. And so, like, I'll do it for you, ma'am. I got it. Oh, Jesus. And then I miss my floor. This happened today because this guy wanted to go. So he blew past my floor, and now I have to wait because now the elevator has to reset because it's like going down. I'm like, no. Oh, so I had that's that. Can we figure? I know it's security wise. Can they do it before they get on the elevator?
Usually, soon as you get in, if you have a key card, it allows you to get to your floor. And some people do it by the set because like in Vegas, you can't get to the upper floors unless you have a key for that floor.
Yeah, well, this one in particular, you have to scan each one, boop, 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 if you're going to a different floor.
So like everybody, you can't just hit a number for.
No, I can't have them scan and then hit my floor. I have to go. So like if they hit floor 4 and I'm on 9, which I'm not, but if I can't go, we can't double up. I have to have them scan, boop, and then me scan, boop. And I'm just saying, the elevator scanner buttons, you're dead to me. Like the old can't handle it. It's very tough. It's very tough in an elevator situation. Vlad, what do you got?
I got a couple, bro.
Oh, wow.
Adam Silver.
Oh, Tom all ears.
How you going to be suspending people, punishing people for gambling, yet an official preferred partner of the NBA's Prize Picks? Isn't like
so Pat Riley said.
That's just weird. I don't get it. You don't want players to gamble or adjust their points, rebounds, and assists, but yet you're in bed with that, that said institution.
Right.
That bothered me. So you're dead to me on that. But the Atlanta Hawks.
Oh.
Fancy not tickled.
My fancy's not tickled, and I'm gonna tell you why you're dead to me. You asked for this.
True.
You wanted this. You didn't play the Miami Heat in the last game of the season where you could have been the 5th seed and you could have been playing the Cleveland Cavaliers. You purposely did not play your starters because you wanted the Knicks. And you got 2 1-point victories on the Knicks in shots in games that the Knicks could have won. And you were talking all that trash. You were peacocking. You were flapping your wings. And we burnt your ass. We put you in the foreman and we burnt you to a crisp. Okay? 51 points. Okay, you know it's nasty when the announcer says it's an 11-1 run by the Atlanta Hawks. They're still down 50. Oof. That's disgusting. I don't want to hear a peep from you. This was the equivalent. Your 2-1 series lead was the equivalent to the 28-3 lead you had over the Patriots in the Super Bowl. You're nothing. You're a bunch of bums. You're dead to me. Finito. You bums.
Wow.
You're dead to me.
Well, deserved. I mean, like they did ask for it. Chris
You
Finch also
got what you asked for.
Chris Finch also gave it to the Nuggets, saying that they asked for it because the Nuggets won a game to set up the Timberwolves matchup. And he goes, "They asked for this."
Right. You asked for this, and you got it. Burnt to its crisp.
Cam Johnson was confused yesterday. He goes, "We won. Like, what do you mean we asked for it? We didn't lose. Like, you just wanted us to lose." Look, in the playoffs, the victor gets to dance on the grave. That's the way that it goes. That's the way that it is. That's the way that it always will be. So, but that was straight embarrassment.
That was Elvis. That was Vegas Elvis. The way we were dancing on him. When he was fat.
I wish I could enjoy it. I wish I could join in on the levity of beating a team by 50.
Don't worry, Schmeethan. We'll be talking more Marlins very shortly.
Look, the Knicks, they're feeling froggy right now, Leroy. But here's the thing, Vlad. It's very it's heavy as the head because all of a sudden you can go from feeling good to don't lose.
Oh, I know this feeling. We had the same feeling last year after we upset the Celtics. Everybody was expecting us to win the Eastern Conference Finals, except for one place, Indiana. They seemed to have our number.
Man, loved Connor McDavid losing yesterday too. God, that was great.
Oh, he was crying. Yesterday was. I thought about you. I'm not gonna lie. I thought about you when I saw the Celtics lose, and Embiid was there because either way, you're gonna be happy on Sunday. On Saturday, you're gonna be happy either way.
How does this man get himself in positions where either way he wins?
It just so happened that the sports gods put 2 teams that he hates to go against each other, so he's gonna be happy either way. And then to add a little spice to it, you got Cleveland, and he doesn't like beard. He doesn't like the beard. It's game 6, So he knows James Harden's going to choke. So he's going to have James Harden choking in Game 6 and Game 7.
And I'm rooting for Rajakovic because I love his voice. So I'm hopeful that Toronto can keep it going, even though they don't have Ingram tonight. They'll probably lose. I mean, unless James Harden just...
They could win. It is James Harden and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then here's the other thing. It's all petty for him. If the Cavaliers lose, he's happy.
Yep.
If the Knicks lose, he's happy. If the Celtics lose, he's happy. If the 76ers lose, he's happy. If Orlando loses, he's happy.
Yep.
The only team I think he doesn't have beef with is probably Detroit. And he'll be happy when Toronto loses because Toronto swept the Heat this year.
I'm kind of rooting for Duncan Robinson. Like, I would like good things to happen to him. It's not his fault he's not here. Spo slapped him in the face last year with putting him in that blowout. So Detroit and Toronto are the teams I have no real feelings on if they advance or go farther. The other thing is I don't really have any ill feelings towards the Thunder like other people do. So if the Thunder win again, like, I don't care. Like, good for them. Or the Spurs would be cool. Like, it'd be cool if Wembanyama wins. I don't necessarily want the Timberwolves to win because I need Ant to be in the Joker position in a couple of years because they're going to be the dynamic.
You can't have everybody.
We'll see. I don't know if I can't have everybody. I have nothing, so why can't I just dream? All I'm here with is Bam, Pella Larson, and a dream. That's all I have. That's all I have. And Fontecchio and Davion Mitchell, who's going to be at Whiskey Stars and Cigars.
Nice.
But yeah, it's the only look. I'm watching from the sidelines. It's a sad existence because I don't get my own teams to root for in either sport right now. The only thing I have is baseball, but it's an enjoyable existence. It was very similar during the years when LeBron was in Cleveland. Like, I just had to root against them most of the time, and most of the time it worked out good. The grand petty of them all. Oh, that would have been a great series, though. They're so lucky that Chris Bosh got sick. God, so lucky. I mean, the Heat would have killed that team. Dysfunction, Gogi, Chris Bosh, Whiteside before he got paid, D Wade, Luol Deng. What a squad! But Chris Bosh got sick. We'll never know. We'll never know.
Wait. Which squad? You're talking about the year after?
Yeah.
The year. Oh, you're talking about the year after. Okay.
Yeah, the year they got Goran. We got to enjoy that for like 3 seconds. Then Chris Bosh got sick. Ridiculous. But man, that would have been a fun series. Instead, it was Toronto was yakking all over themselves. DeMar DeRozan. Like, LeBron James could literally beat the Raptors blindfolded. It's ridiculous.
They named the city after him. LeBron.
Yeah. It was crazy. He had such ownership. I mean, I guess it was like, Jordan against Cleveland too. But I mean, it was crazy. You couldn't do anything against him. Couldn't do anything.
I've never seen a man dominate a whole conference like that.
He dominated a country. He was the prime minister.
What did LeBron went to 9 straight finals?
Yeah,
8 straight, 9 out of 10
finals.
But don't lose tonight, or your legacy's cooked.
I mean, he could lose tonight. Just can't lose tonight.
Yeah, can't lose twice. Yeah. He's looking at Luke Kennard. He goes, "Legacy's on the line here tonight, Luke."
I think
he's looking at DeAndre Ayton and saying the same thing.
Don't you have to get to a point where you don't care? Even if you do care, you have to act like you don't care. I don't think LeBron could do it, right? But you almost have to have that attitude, right?
I honestly don't think LeBron does care about this. Like, if he wins or loses this series, because if you don't have Luka, you're cooked anyway.
Right.
Like, Luka's not going to play against the Thunder. They're going to get their heads lopped off. That's the truth. They got no shot against OKC without Luka. No shot. So
how long is he out? Hammies are tricky.
At least the series, they said.
Weeks.
Yeah, it was a bad one. I mean, remember they sent him overseas to try and fix it.
He went. Yeah, they couldn't get the German doctor that Kobe had. They sent him to Spain. If he had the German doctor, he'll be back.
Didn't Kobe do that during the offseason though with the regeneration?
I just know he was back quickly.
You can't. Like, what do they think? He's gonna speed up and just grow a new hamstring? Like, this is like he's Venom? That's crazy.
I mean, he just got his body in like reasonable shape. So yeah, it's not gonna happen like that. Not overnight.
Well, a man who needs no German doctors because he's just got a great voice for baseball is Jack McMullen. He is your radio voice of the Miami Marlins. We got a 4-game series against the Phillies coming on up. Big time homestand coming up for your Marlins. They got Star Wars night tonight at Lone Depot Park. Get on out there, ladies and gentlemen. Get on out there and check out your fish. And you got Yacht Rock Day on Sunday. First 10,000 fans get a Marlins captain's hat. So a fun series coming ahead for the rat bastard Phillies. We'll talk about the Marlins who are coming off their series win against the LA Dodgers with Jack McMullen next. The Miami Marlins Marlins start a 4-game homestand tonight against the, well, they actually have a huge homestand coming up, but the 4-game home series against the Philadelphia Phillies tonight, as they will get going off a big series win against the LA Dodgers. And the radio voice of your Miami Marlins will join us there. Jack McMullen joining us here on the show. Jack, how's it going, man? How are you?
Oh, good, man. No, we're readjusting after the West Coast swing, right? Jet lag will get you. So all of a sudden I'm getting up at 9:30 and I'm like, I still don't feel good. But you know what? We're good. We're ready for the Fighting Phils to come to town.
All right. We got into a quibble yesterday on the show because you described Liam Hicks's game against the Dodgers as a coming out party, and Leroy disagreed. And I say 7 home runs in the month of April. Hard to argue that this guy playing the way that he is not a coming out party. What have you thought so far of Liam Hicks's season? Quite the surprise.
100%. So, Leroy, before I answer that, give me your take. Why is it not a coming out party for him?
So, and this is the football in me, that is such a small sample size for 162 games, that to say, and he's played a little over 10% of the season, right, that this is what he's going to be, or this is his coming out party, would insinuate that dude's going to hit like 50 home runs. And I'm kind of like, okay.
You don't know that he's not New Cal Raleigh. You don't know that.
I'm not,
he could be New Cal Raleigh.
See, and that's
he could be though.
That's why no,
I'm telling you though, but he could be though, dude.
Right? I just like to put things in perspective. That's all. And I would like, we've had far too much time, even with the Marlins, where we've had stretches where they win 10 of 15, 10 of 12, and then and then it's baseball, so there's the other side of that. I would just like to see, hey, is he making good contact? Is he just a home run hitter? Is he just like, he's had a good stretch? I'm not questioning that. He's done something I don't think anybody's done in baseball. Right. And so I'm not taking away from that, but I just say, I'm just one of those people that say, okay, baseball is a very long season. In a month, when they hit that stretch, where they go.
You've explained it enough. We get it. He doesn't think so, Jack. Why is it his coming out party? You sound like somebody on the stand, dude. Like, all right, we get it. Why is it his coming out party?
So here's what I'll say. I'll say both sides of the sword are sharp in that argument, where like, okay, yes, it's a long season and baseball is always going to baseball, right? And like July could look not great for Liam Hicks. But what if I told you that Liam Hicks has 7 homers this year and he's swung and missed at 1 pitch inside the strike zone this year?
God.
He's punched out 8 times.
So
he's an elite bat to ball guy. So we're talking about a guy with 7 homers that's second in all of baseball in RBIs, that has like a similar contact rate to Luis Ariz, like the level of bat to ball that everybody was falling in love with Miami. This guy did everything right last year except hit the ball hard. And they effectively told him this offseason, like, you need to get stronger. You need to swing the bat harder. And that's exactly what he came back doing. And now he's like focused on pulling the ball in the air, and it's resulted in 7 homers. The other reason that I think like it can be a coming out party, because you're right, like baseball is totally baseball. And you could see a suspension bridge season where like June and July don't look hot. And then the batting average and the OPS drop a little bit. And it looks like, oh yeah, it was a good season. It wasn't a great season. But we are like in an accumulation game where 7 homers, like that number is never going to go down. 28 RBIs, it's the most for a catcher through the first month. Like that's never going to go down.
Right.
So we're talking about a guy with 28 ribbies, a 1/6 of the way through the season. Why can't he get to 100? Heck, why can't he get to 80 if everything goes poorly for him the rest of the way? Like he's built up such capital in the beginning of this year. We're going to be sitting here saying, Hicks was an 85 RBI guy in 2026. Like his 27 season is already, I feel like, set up for success.
Well, I would say that explanation, like I could buy that.
There we go.
Sounds like you're at the party.
Huh? No,
Sounds like you're at the party.
I'm not
like he might be Cal Raleigh. Yeah.
Listen, Me and Jack are at the party having some drinks. You're not. I'm not at your party.
You guys could be at the soiree. You could have the fine martinis and whiskey. I'll be at the keg stand with just upside down, just chugging down home runs. The way
do you have the shoulder strength to do the upside down keg stand?
It's been a while. It's been a while, Jack, since I've had to partake in such an event. But I think I could dial it up for one night. I think I could dial it up for one night.
Can I ask you about the decisions that are made with the pitchers? Like I've never seen a pitcher pulled with 50 plus pitches because of the situation that he's going to be presented with. And if you're going to have to rely on these guys, this would be the perfect time to kind of see if they could go through that third time in the lineup, because it's going to get to a point where, your bullpen's going to be exhausted. You're going to need more from your starting pitching. Is this just a beginning of the season thing? Or are they going to be consistent with this all year? Because I think I'm going to smash my head into a wall.
I think it's a combination of a whole bunch of factors. And we saw Jansen Junk work a little bit further in his last start in L.A., and Junk was really good in L.A. But Leroy, you're referring to, I think, the 5 innings, 56 pitches that he threw against St. Louis, right, in Miami. And so that's set up in a really good way because you had the off day on the heels of that, and then you had Sandy going the day after. And Sandy rolls out of bed and gives you 6 innings. Like, he's probably going to give you 7 innings on a good Sandy day. So, there are a whole bunch of factors that go into the Jansen Junk thing. Like, third time through is absolutely a thing, right? And hitters perform better the more they see a pitcher and the more pitches they see from a pitcher. Like everybody knows that Ronald Acuna Jr. gets better over the course of an at-bat just because he's seeing more bullets from that opposing pitcher. So he's already checking boxes on his card and he's seen everything you've got. So think about that, but over the course of a game, third time you see Jansen Junk, you're going to get that fastball and the sweeper and the slider and the curveball. Like, you've seen all of that before. So naturally it's going to look a little bit better. And then I guess it just depends where your bullpen is at. And also, if you're up or if you're down. If you're up by 2 runs and you feel like you can piece 4 relievers together to get a win, by all means, you go do it, especially with Sandy right behind him in the rotation. That's a huge factor of that. Like, Sandy, when he's at his best, it is a day off for the bullpen, or it's Sandy to the closer and life is good. You're squared away. So I think that's the one guy that you kind of watch out for that with. With a guy like Paddock, you'll probably see a little bit more, bullpen usage. And with a guy like Max, it's just how good is the slider? Is he going to get us through 5 today? Is he going to get us through 6? So I don't think you're going to see that all the time. Like, if Jansen Junk is at 56 pitches through 5 innings next time out, I guarantee you he's going to get the ball for a clean 6th.
Are we headed towards what could be the biggest stretch of the season for the Marlins? Because the Mets, the Phillies are in disarray. You have 2 divisional opponents coming up here with Philly and Washington. But none of these teams are juggernauts. And we've seen the Marlins this year, Jack. They just beat the best team in baseball that everybody thinks so with 2 out of 3. They really haven't felt outclassed in any series. Even the series that they've lost against the Yankees or the Braves, those are games that they could have won. Probably outside of the Detroit series, they've looked capable against anybody. But you got to make moves eventually. You're still under 500. This is a chance for you. Do you feel like this could really swing the season for them in a positive direction if they take advantage of this homestand?
Baseball's hilarious, and it's probably why we all love it and hate it at the same time, because yes, it is a huge point of the season. And then in 6 weeks, we're going to forget all about it and say, this is probably the biggest week stretch of the season. And then 6 weeks after that, this is probably the season defining week that we've got in Marlins baseball. So it's just such a long year. And one of my favorite lines about baseball, Hawk Harrelson, a longtime TV guy for the Chicago White Sox, you can put it on the board, that guy, he said, this is a game designed to make literally everybody involved with it go insane. And it's the team that stays the most sane that will probably win the World Series. And it's just a matter of staying sane and doing your job and winning weeks like this, winning a 10-game homestand, going 6-4, 7-3. On this homestand. So it's day by day, but it's also taking it in chunks and winning series and all that. So yeah, I think it's huge right now, but I guarantee in 6 weeks, we're sitting here saying the same darn thing about the next, week and a half homestand we've got.
What have you thought so far about, some of the lefty bats, Stowers coming back, Owen Casey with that early success, maybe some struggles now, but Do you feel like this is kind of just riding some of the guys who with health coming back into the swing of things? Because I think one of the things that's been impressive is the Marlins are at a pretty solid point, and it doesn't feel like any of the guys we projected to have real big time pop for them this year with Stowers with his health and even Ramirez. They haven't quite gotten to that kind of a groove yet. So where does it feel like their temperament is at for the season so far?
Yeah. So biggest thing that I was like thinking about, I honestly just thinking yesterday about this. The top 3 hitters that you would project to have like the best years and be the focal point of the offense have been 3 of the more disappointing, right? If I was sitting here and I told you that Stowers has yet to hit a homer because he was hurt and that he just hasn't through his first 8 games, Augustine Ramirez has an OPS under 700, and Jacob Marcy is hitting like $175, $180, you're saying, oh, things are going south for them. Not the case, because X is hitting 340, Otto Lopez is hitting 320 and looks like one of the better shortstops in baseball. And then Liam Hicks, again, is probably just Cal Raleigh at this point. But yeah, man, it's crazy. I think Marcy is really turning a corner. He's never going to totally slump because he walks and he steals a bunch of bags and he plays really good center field defense. Like, it hasn't been bad, even though the batting average hasn't been there. With Stowers, he's putting the ball on the ground a lot through his first 9 games. Once he starts elevating, he'll start celebrating a little bit more, I'm sure. And then Augustine, it's just hard swinger. He's a very streaky hitter, and you just want to see him find a groove, and the ball's going to start flying out of the ballpark quickly. And then Casey, like, this is the tough stretch there because there's enough of a sample, and he was amazing through the first week of the year. There's enough of a sample to know, like, okay, he may struggle with some off-speed stuff, curveballs and sliders, get him on that, maybe some changeups diving low and away from him. Once he makes the correction, he's going to be good, and it seems like he's close to that. So it's exciting that all the bats that are quote-unquote struggling are the ones that are close to turning a corner right now.
Why have you guys not gotten Jeff Nelson a machete yet?
So next time he's on radio, we got to do it. And here's the thing. You guys know it all too well. Like, food sampling on the radio, it just stinks. It objectively stinks because you just listen to somebody chewing and it's like, oh, man, this is awesome. You got to try this. TV, at least you can see the product.
Totally. This is probably not the show, though, because, Leroy is not one to exactly stop when it comes to anything that is, in the way of his hunger. He's going to test it on the radio for people.
Can I tell you, Leroy's weather reports are some of my favorite things, where he just gets up and goes far away from the mic. He's like, oh, you know what? It looks sunny outside.
We broadcast, was it last year from Live? And I went out and threw up some grass.
This is the superpower that he has as a golfer. He could just tell the weather.
Hey, I need to know, because I get up really early in the morning to golf. I tee off at 7 in the morning on the weekends. So I'm old, so I got to get up at like 4:30 to start stretching and stuff like that.
Right.
So you best believe if I'm going to make that commitment that early in the morning, I need to know what the weather's going to be.
Of course.
Right. So I'm not, no.
Do you
and
have
like, listen, I've gone to bed at like 11 o'clock at night, sent out a text to my group, and I said, don't even bother. Right? Yeah.
Good for you.
Do you have a favorite ballpark food so far? Not even necessarily at the Marlins, but on your travels, is there one you have to go to?
So I told Steven Strom, who hosts Marlins on Deck, I said the new thing on the 200 level, the Legends level, with like that Legends Hall of Fame at Lone Depot Park, they have ceviche there, which is sushi, and like they've got a Marlins roll and a Miami roll that are really good. I said, we got 81 home games. I think 77 of the 81. I'm going to be doing the Marlins roll from ceviche. So that's what I'm ripping right now. But I'll tell you, we just got back from LA and San Francisco. The crab sandwich in center field in San Francisco is ridiculous. It's effectively just like 2 pieces of garlic bread and then crab in the middle of it. And it puts a dent in your wallet, but it's just so worth it. I felt totally good doing it.
Yeah.
I know they don't put that crab with a K, right?
No crab with a K. It's crazy crab. We're good.
Jack McMullen, you guys can catch him on the broadcast this weekend as the Marlins open up a 4-game series with the Philadelphia Phillies. Yuri Perez on the hill tonight. For him is that it seems like he's like leaning into the fastball a little bit more and is getting a little bit more success. Do you feel like he's settling into the year because he got knocked around a little bit early?
It seems like it, yeah. And I think fastball, like where the fastball is in relation to the strike zone, is huge. And I'm not just talking, is it a strike or is it a ball? I'm talking like, is it over the heart of the plate or is it on the perimeter of the zone, right? Is he on the top rail of the strike zone and is he getting swings and misses underneath it? Is he working inside and outside? That's a huge thing there. And then also like figuring out which secondary pitch is best for him, like the slider, the sweeper. Changeup's really good when it's around the zone. He struggled to put it around the zone recently. So it does feel like he's kind of figuring out what the best version of Yuri Perez looks like. And hopefully we see that tonight. He has been dynamite at home over the course of his career. Like the home road splits are a real thing. He struggled on the road, but it's like a 2.5 career ERA in 20-something starts at home. So excited to see him take on that Phillies offense that I guess is performing well, but they needed 2 walk-off W's yesterday. We'll see what those Phils look like against Yuri.
Is that a young pitcher thing? Pitch better in the comforts of your home is it a pitcher thing?
It honestly, it seems like a young pitcher thing. I know some older pitchers actually like throwing on the road and they love their families, but like you get away from being a dad and a husband, like getting up early and having all the doctor's appointments and all of that stuff. Like you can just sleep until 10 a.m. at the hotel and hang out and have no obligations.
Right.
So I know there are some older pitchers that do enjoy throwing on the road a little bit later on, but it's the mound he knows. Like I'm talking literal mound. It's the mound he knows. It's the ballpark he knows. And it's the routine of day-to-day life that Yuri knows too. So yeah, it really is a young pitcher thing, but some guys love home the entirety of their career. Some guys pivot a little bit later.
You guys can listen to Jack this weekend. 7:10 is your first pitch tonight. 6:30, we'll have Marlins on deck. Steven Strom will get you ready for this Phillies series. Appreciate the time, man. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Zach.
Appreciate you guys.